Welcome to the Lion's Den. My name is Robert Love. I'm a neuroscientist. I specialize in helping people prevent Alzheimer's disease with science. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice. Please consult your medical doctor before doing anything that affects your health, including taking supplements. Today, we are talking about supplements for brain health, supplements that can improve memory, that can protect the brain. Some supplements even show the potential for helping prevent Alzheimer's disease. And so we're going to talk about these things today. So please consult your medical doctor. These aren't safe for everyone. And I want to make sure that you are safe. Okay, so let's look at some questions here. So first, let me tell you about Bacopa. I recently wrote a research paper on Bacopa. Let me read you some of these studies. These are just phenomenal studies. I wish I had all these perfectly memorized in my brain, but I don't. But I got the summaries here for you. Okay, so first, 40 patients newly diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease took Bacopa for 3 months. There were 40 subjects who took Bacopa, 40 who did not. At the end of 6 months, those who took Bacopa had higher test scores. Isn't that amazing? And these people had early stage Alzheimer's disease. So Bacopa helped improve memory in those with the early stage Alzheimer's disease. This is a 2011 study. It's called Effects of Bacopa Monnieri on Cognitive Function in Alzheimer's Disease Patients. Another study from Germany found that Bacopa, in combination with another herb, improved concentration in 10 people with mild cognitive impairment. What is mild cognitive impairment? It is, there's nothing mild about it. It's actually pretty substantial memory loss. One test that I use with clients who are concerned about getting Alzheimer's disease, it's a test for mild cognitive impairment. It's basically looking at how good is your memory? And it basically records substantial memory loss. So if someone has mild cognitive impairment or MCI, it's very, very serious memory loss, and it significantly increases the risk of Alzheimer's disease. By the way, if you're on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, would you give a like or a thumbs up and let people know that we are starting? Okay, next. This is really cool. A double-blind, placebo-controlled study from Australia looked at 62 people. It gave half of them Bacopa or half of them a placebo for 90 days. The group receiving Bacopa improved their spatial memory and their working memory. Hey, I got a hat. Thank you. Improved their spatial and working memory compared to placebo. They also made fewer errors in a cognitive task. So it really made a big difference. And this is a study in 2008 in the journal is actually a bit long. I'll just read you a study. It's called Examining the Neurotropic Effects of Special Extract of Bacopa Monnieri on Human Cognitive Functioning. I know that's a long trial as well, and that's from 2008. A bunch of different authors on that. So these are just some of the data on Bacopa. I got a bunch more of these studies if you're interested in hearing more. But I want you to know about the benefits of Bacopa. It is also known as water hyssop. It's a plant, and it's been used in Ayurvedic medicine. Who knows Ayurvedic medicine? Give a like, give a thumbs up, give me a roar. Ayurvedic medicine. It's traditional Indian medicine, and I really like Ayurveda because I really love I love the body types, the Vata, the Pitta, the Kapha. I'm Vata. I'm relatively thin and high energy, but I also get cold really easily. You're the prettiest knows what I'm talking about. How do you spell Bacopa? You got it. You got it. Shadi. Shadi loves animals. You got it. Hi, Denise. So who knows their body type in Ayurveda, Vata, Pitta, or Kapha? It really makes a big difference. So my cousin's husband, he's a big guy. He's like Pitta. He was a big linebacker. He gets hot really easily, and his body's just like he kind of looks, body type wise. The Neanderthals, the Neanderthals were much bigger than us, but they could survive in the cold better. Human beings, Homo sapiens, we were thinner and smaller, but we could survive in the hot better than them, for example, and we're better at releasing heat than they are. And so Vata is kind of thinner, higher energy. We get cold more easily. Pitta is much more, they have a hotter body and they get they get hot more easily. And they're much less, they do better in the cold, for example. And so knowing these things is kind of helpful. And so if your romantic partner or your child is a certain body type, you will know, hey, so if someone's Vata, you want to give them like something warm to drink or something to warm their hands that just feels better. Compare that if someone you love is a Pitta, they might need to cool down. So you might have them go get some fresh air or give them something cool to drink. That's just really helpful to know. Anyway, so in Ayurvedic medicine, ancient Chinese medicine that's still relevant today, Deepak Chopra talks a lot about Ayurvedic medicine. Bacopa has been used to help people improve their brain health. All right. So, any questions on Bacopa? So, the general dosage, you probably want to know the dosage. The general dosage on Bacopa is 300 milligrams a day. You can do that as one pill or do it as two pills. Baby boomer hiker. I went to an Ayurvedic medical school or Ayurvedic MD in New Mexico. That's awesome. Yeah, Deepak Chopra is great. Yeah, Phoenix. I don't know why TikTok is lagging because my Instagram isn't lagging and my YouTube isn't lagging. At least I don't think it is. So if somehow, some reason, some way, um, TikTok does not TikTok does not do well competing for the airwaves. So what I might do is I might turn off Instagram and see if that reduces the freezing up. So let me try that. Is it still freezing? Am I stuck here? Is there a Bacopa I recommend? Great question. So generally speaking, for supplements, there are three things you want to look for. Number one is third party tested. You want a supplement that is tested by an independent company to verify safety and quality. That's the very, very minimum that you want. Could someone drop in the chat? Are we so we're good right now? If we freeze up again, let me know. And then Instagram, I'm sorry. There's 16 of you there, and there's 95 on TikTok. So I'm going to have to go where there's more people. That just makes sense. And I'll see if that improves the quality. But I'm really trying to reach as many people as possible on whatever platform you're on. And then maybe tomorrow we'll do Instagram rather than TikTok and try to get people over here and see if that's better quality. So 300 milligrams, what to look for in a good Bacopa supplement. One, third-party tested. Number two is GMP certified. That stands for Good Manufacturing Practices. That's a standard of quality in the supplement industry. Number three is a money-back guarantee. So I was looking at supplements earlier today. Excuse me. So there's Minerva, or excuse me, there's Prevagen. Prevagen has been making all kinds of outlandish claims, and the FTC, that's the Federal Trade Commission, is now mad at them because they're making unsubstantiated claims. They're talking about preventing Alzheimer's disease and improving memory, and their supplements, from my understanding, there's not much to it. I've looked at it. I don't see much science behind the ingredients. I don't recommend Prevagen for anyone because there's not good data there. There's so much good data behind so many great supplements like Bacopa, like Lion's Mane, like Ceylon cinnamon, like curcumin, L-tyrosine. There's so many supplements that are great for the brain, that improve memory, that improve cognition, that can be really helpful. And Prevagen is not one of them. And they're making these crazy claims, and they only have a 45-day money-back guarantee. And sometimes it takes 30 days for something to work. And so if you're taking it every day for 30 days and you don't notice anything, curcumin works that way. I don't notice a difference in curcumin, but the data show that it's very helpful for brain health. And so you want to make sure you have a money back guarantee, and ideally 3 to 6 months to really give you time to check it out. So my supplements have a 6-month money back guarantee, and that's just because I want you to try it. Some people notice a difference right away. So those who take my Lion's Mane supplement, they notice a difference pretty quickly. Most of them do. It improves sleep. It reduces anxiety. It's really, really great. So for those with ringing in the ears, those with tinnitus, I highly recommend Hydergine, Hydergine. It is a prescription drug. You need to talk with your medical doctor. It was discovered or created by Albert Hoffman, who also discovered LSD and psilocybin. Great researcher, really big influence on humanity, if you think about that. And he also created a pharmaceutical drug called Hydergine, which increases oxygen to the brain. So it's good for the brain. And it helps with tinnitus. So check out Hydergine if you have tinnitus. All right. Let me read you a little bit more about Bacopa. So Bacopa monnieri is a perennial native plant native to the wetlands and marshy areas of Asia, including India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and China. It is also known as water hyssop, brahmi, and thyme-leaved gratiola. I didn't know that one. In traditional medicine, Bacopa has been used to treat various ailments, including, listen to this, anxiety, epilepsy, that's fascinating, and cognitive impairment. It has also been used as a brain tonic and memory enhancer. This is in traditional medicine. Imagine like 2,000 years ago, and you have this herb, and you're like, hey, take this. This improves cognitive, and this is a cognitive enhancer. Isn't that wild that they had these things? Bacopa contains compounds called bacosides or bacosides, I don't know how to say that, which are believed to be responsible for its cognitive and neurological effects. Studies have suggested that Bacopa may improve memory, cognitive function, and attention, and may have anti inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Boom. So what we also know about Bacopa is that it increases acetylcholine activity. You've heard me talk about acetylcholine. It is what I like to call the master molecule of memory. It is a neurotransmitter involved in learning, memory, and attention, specifically in the hippocampus, the memory center of your brain. Acetylcholine is also involved in motor movement. Look at my fingers. This is motor movement. So Bacopa is very, very cool. And interestingly, when some people, there's a prescription drug or category of prescription drugs that increases the risk of Alzheimer's, increases the risk of Alzheimer's. What do these drugs do? They reduce acetylcholine. So supplements that increase acetylcholine can help prevent Alzheimer's disease or reduce the risk of Alzheimer's. Meanwhile, supplements or drugs, prescription drugs that reduce acetylcholine can increase the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Does that make sense? Give me a roar if that makes sense. Brar, I'm not taking other participants right now, but thank you. Does that make sense? Give me a roar if that makes sense. So supplements that increase acetylcholine activity can help protect the brain from Alzheimer's disease or reduce the risk of Alzheimer's. Supplements that reduce acetylcholine activity can increase the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Thank you, Shadi. Good. I want to make sure I'm explaining that correctly because interestingly, there aren't a lot of medical doctors that know about the negative impact of drugs that block acetylcholine. These are often sleep drugs. These are often bladder control drugs. All right, Roar Seaglass, thank you. All right, Katzen, 1984. How do I order your product? So my Lion's Mane. So my Lion's Mane product, where is that? So this is my Lion's Mane. It's called Roar Lion's Mane. It is a blend of 10 medicinal mushrooms, lion's mane, and also cordyceps, reishi, shiitake, maitake, turkey tail, and so forth. This is GMP certified, third-party tested. It comes with a 6-month money-back guarantee. And you can get this at roarlionsmane.com. Right now, we have a tremendous discount going on right now. You can buy one, get 3 free. I tried to make this as inexpensive as possible. This is the best quality lion's mane at the best possible price you're going to find anywhere. If you, on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, if you find a better lion's mane at a better price anywhere, I will pay you $100 cash, or I'll send you some lion's mane. You're not going to find a better lion's mane at a better price. Ain't going to happen. If you do, tell me about it. So you can buy this at roarlionsmane.com, or you can click the link below my profile, and it is there. Shadi loves animals. What supplements to avoid? Avoid supplements that are not third-party tested, are not GMP certified. So if you look at my little label right here, it says third-party tested, GMP certified. So you want to make sure, so a good supplement will have that, or a really reputable company will have that. Roar, repeat where to get that. www.roarlionsmane.com. This is Tinkerbell on Instagram. Pet parent, you ordered yours. You're looking forward to sleep. Yes. And you know what? I met this wonderful woman, Caroline. Caroline, if you're here, would you please say hello? I met this wonderful woman, Caroline, in the airport. So today I posted a video that said, hey, I'm traveling. If you find me in the airport, I'm going to give you free lion's mane. And then I'm standing by the trash can. I brought sardines to the airport because I want to eat healthy food in the airport. Airport doesn't have healthy food. So I'm sitting there and I don't want to make a mess, and I don't want to eat sardines around like a coffee shop because, I don't want to smell like fish around other people because that's not pleasant for them. So I'm standing there next to the trash can, literally eating sardines out of the tin. And this woman walks by and looks at me like, I know you. And she's like, I take your lion's mane. I was like, awesome, you win. And then she's like, thank you so much. You're doing, because of you, I'm taking lion's mane. My aunt, my mother had Alzheimer's disease, and thank you for your channel. Thank you for your work. It was so wonderful. It's so wonderful meeting evolving lions in person, meeting you in person, and hearing your stories and how this information has been helpful to you. It's really just wonderful. And so I posted a video with her, and she's just such a sweet, nice woman. And she won some free lion's mane. So Caroline, whenever you're watching, please connect with me so I can get your address and mail you your lion's mane. Thank you, Tinkerbell, for posting that. I appreciate that. Yes, roarlionsmane.com. Doctors don't know enough, sadly. I know, Shadi. I'm running into to doctors who don't specialize in longevity that are giving patients aren't giving patients what I would consider correct advice. And it's frustrating because I'll place the research in front of somebody. I'll say, look, here's the data. Here's why this makes sense. Here's why this is a really good idea for you. And then they'll check with a medical doctor. And they're like, oh, this isn't FDA approved. Well, no supplements FDA approved. Zero supplements are FDA approved. Zero ever will be. That's not a compelling argument. That just means they're not FDA approved. That doesn't like broccoli isn't FDA approved. Are you telling your patients not to eat broccoli? I mean, the FDA does not approve foods. They approve pharmaceuticals. And peptides are a new one. Who's taking peptides? Who knows about peptides? I'm on a little peptide experiment myself. I was taking BPC 157, which is a peptide that promotes healing. And now I'm taking sermorelin, which increases human growth factor. And I'm taking another one, thymosin, which improves the immune system. So I'm now taking 3 different peptides. I'm doing a little experiment on myself. And medical doctors won't talk about peptides because they don't understand them. The only ones that will are the ones who also prescribe them, and they're very, very few. You got to kind of seek them out. And so it's unfortunate because I'll talk to a client and say, hey, talk to your doctor about peptides. And the doctor's like, no, don't do those. There's no research behind them. That ain't true. There's plenty of research behind them. They're great. And they're extremely safe, safer than the prescription drugs that are often. Whoop, sorry, Instagram. I told you this dangerous position up here. Can we keep you here? Maybe. Yeah. Okay. So, sorry, you're at a weird angle. I need to get a new selfie stick to keep you there. Where am I based? I live in Miami Beach, but right now I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio. And so, yeah, please find someone who specializes in longevity. I think that's what we want to look for. Those people are going to be much more open to supplements, to peptides, to nootropics, to things like this. You want someone who's into longevity medicine or anti-aging medicine. They're going to be much more on the cutting edge. Oh, hey. So, Beyonce, my mom met you in the airport today and you made her life. We all take Lion's Mane now. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. Please have your mom connect with me on Instagram and I will I'll get her information so I can send her Lion's Mane. Thank you, Beyonce 92. And was I talking to you on the phone? That was so fun. Your mom was like talking to you when we met. I'm so glad you're here. This is awesome. How is my mom doing? Thank you, Seaglass. She's doing great. Oh, Beyonce, if you send me a direct message on Instagram, that works better. I don't do direct messages on TikTok. It's just I have too many messages. I'm not going to go through them. But Instagram, I'm pretty good at answering messages. So Seaglass, my mom's doing great. She's been doing her exercises and she's getting better sleep. And so really, she's making great progress. So I'll probably only be here for a couple more weeks. I have a bunch of missed messages here. Sorry for that. Oh, user 2004 Candy, Hydergine, Hydergine, Hydergine. That helps with ringing in the ears. Need to talk with him. It might be a prescription drug. I say might be because I've heard different things. I haven't gotten it prescribed myself, so I don't know, but I think it's a prescription drug. Michael, if you can get lion's mane mushroom, is it better than capsule or powder? So capsules are essentially powder, but encapsulated. So powder and capsule are basically the same. Michael, I'd recommend my lion's mane because it's got 10 medicinal mushrooms, not just lion's mane, and it's GMP certified, third-party tested, comes with the money-back guarantee, and people love it. So anyone on either TikTok or Instagram, if you take my lion's mane, would you tell Michael Mouse the third what you think of it? Good, bad, or indifferent? Anything to avoid taking with lion's mane? Great question. You want to talk to your medical doctor if you are on blood pressure medication or blood thinners. Lion's mane is a healthy way to reduce blood pressure and to help thin the blood. But if you're on those, you need to talk to your medical doctor and or pharmacist just so you know what's going on. Because if you all of a sudden need less blood pressure medicine, you want to know why. Martin, this is not pre-recorded. This is live, and it is being recorded on YouTube. So if you want to watch the whole thing, it is available on YouTube. And we got Nancy Lopez Oliveira. Doctors can be so frustrating; they never want to admit they don't know everything. Totally. Yes. Why is this? Why is this like fuzzy? This should be really high def. Why am I fuzzy um, on YouTube? That makes no sense. This is like the highest def camera I could get. I don't know. Sorry, YouTube. I tried to get the high def camera. It's like blurring me out. All right. So yeah, it's anyone else frustrated with doctors who don't know something and don't say they don't know something. Which worse is that I've experienced. Give me a roar, give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you've had that experience. What's worse to me is a doctor who gives advice that's counter to the current science. So the current science is you can reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Yes, I could put if you give me time, I can put 100 studies in front of you that show you that with either with different supplements, with exercise, with diet, with reducing your risk of diabetes, all kinds of things that a human can do to reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Many medical doctors don't know that, and they'll also deter patients from finding that information or taking supplements that are helpful. So a patient will go to a doctor, may go to a doctor and say, "Hey, I read this thing that cinnamon's good for the brain." Oh, that doesn't work. Well, how do you know? And you're now deterring someone from taking healthy action. It really is really upsetting to me. And then, a patient will go to a doctor, "Hey, I want to take peptides. Peptides are interesting. There's good data on peptides. I heard peptides can promote healing. Oh, those don't work." Or no, those aren't approved by the FDA. No, they won't be approved by the FDA. Peptides are not under FDA regulation. That's not a reason not to prescribe. That's not a reason not to recommend them, and that's not a reason to deter someone from taking them. Am I right? Give me a roar if that makes sense. It's so upsetting that good people like yourself will do your research, and maybe you'll even print the studies. Better to print the studies, and you'll bring them to a medical doctor, and then the medical doctor either won't look at them or doesn't understand them or deters you from taking action on them. I had this with my ADHD drugs. So I wanted to get modafinil. I'd been on Adderall for a very long time, and I went to the doctor. I said, "Look, I want to try modafinil." And I brought them research, said, "Look, modafinil is helpful for ADHD." And then they're like, "No, we've read other research that says Adderall is better." I'm like, "Okay, but I'm an adult." Like at this point, I had a PhD in psychology. I'm like, "Look, I've had ADHD. I've been with this thing for like 30 years. I'm trained in this area. Come on, like you got to give me some sort of autonomy as far as what drugs are prescribed to me. I've been taking Adderall for a very long time. I don't want to take it. I want to try modafinil, see if that's better." And they wouldn't. I thought that was crazy. Modafinil is less addictive, less harmful, and could be beneficial for ADHD, and they wouldn't prescribe it to me. I was very concerned with that. Okay, I'm gonna skip to the bottom here because we got a bunch. Okay, we got a roar from Lulu from Minnesota. And this is not all medical doctors. I'm doing there's some that are very forthcoming, that are very humble. That's what I look for. Humble and willing to learn. There are many medical doctors that are growing in this field, um, that really want to learn and want to get into cutting edge medicine, listen to their patients, look at the data presented to them, and it's really, really awesome. I love it. Um, and I'm actually working with one. I'm working with a Harvard trained medical doctor, and we're launching a health summit together. That'll be in November. I'll let you know about that, more about that. But he's great, and anytime we talk, we'll have like 2 hour conversations. We're just going back and forth talking about data, the science, and he's so open to the new science, to the cutting edge therapies. It's great. I'm like, man, I wish more medical doctors were like you, Dr. Josh. Like this is great. Is it harmful to have a root canal, Lucy? Um, I haven't seen data to show that it is harmful. It may be harmful to not have it done, uh, to lose teeth. So losing teeth, every tooth loss increases your risk of Alzheimer's disease. Let me say that again. Every single tooth that you lose, that increases your risk of Alzheimer's disease. So what does that mean? It's a really, really good idea to do whatever you need to do to not lose teeth. And I'm not a dentist. I'm not a dental professional. I know more about the mouth health than most people. I don't know more than most dentists or hygienists or dental professionals for sure. So if you're concerned about a root canal, I recommend finding the very best biological dentist or biologic dentist. Um, my favorite dentist is Dr. Griffin Cole in Austin. He's a biologic dentist, and I worked with him for years working to get the fluoride out of Austin City tap water. He is awesome. He is cutting edge. He's great. Dr. Griffin Cole in Austin. Um, I might see if I can have him on. He'd be a fun interview. Who would like to have a dentist here to talk about oral health, brain health, and just we'd probably also talk about fluoride. But who would be interested in having a dental professional on here? I could see if I could get him on. Let me see if that's of interest. You're welcome, Lucy. Yes, sure. Can I take black seed oil daily? Sure, you can. It's a good idea to check with your doctor. And I don't take anything every day. I take a day off of just about everything, including coffee. All right. We got 3 yeses on Instagram, 4 yeses. That's 4 out of 16 of you. That's 25%. Hey, TikTok, we need more responses. Instagram's responding at 25% when I ask a question. We're only getting like 2%. Actually, it's now 5 out of 18. And Phyllis answered twice. Phyllis answered yes, yes. Oh my gosh, Instagram's like at half response. Come on, TikTok, you're lagging here. Thank you, Instagram. I really appreciate how responsive you are. That's awesome. All right, user 22284 gave 3 yeses. That's awesome. Way to pick up the slack for all those non-responders. You're awesome. Okay, cool. So I'll reach out to Griffin. Can I send him an email while we're here? I'll just open up one with his name, just so I'm reminded to do this. He's great. Someone wants to look up Griffin Cole. You can also look him up on on YouTube. He's got a bunch of videos. Griffin Cole. Okay, I'll send him a message after this if he wants to come on. I spoke with him in a couple years. Mariah says, Robert, I found your wife and you don't care. Mariah, how can you say that? I didn't know you found my wife, so how do you know if I don't care? What are you talking about? Martine says they're bots. Martine, I don't think so. That would be very interesting. I don't think it. You think they're bots on TikTok? I don't think so. You don't read any of the comments? Sure, I do. I just read yours. I read some of the comments for sure because I respond to some of them. Mariah, if you're my wife, I don't think you and I are going to get along very well because we don't seem to be communicating very well. The young and Reckled, very interested in holistic health and dental implications. Fantastic. Well, I'll see if we can get him on here. Nelly, I'm going to try out your product. Let me mom try it too because she's had trouble with sleeping. Great, Nelly. Yeah, try it. And then we have free international shipping if you order the larger amount, which is pretty cool. Let's give a hand for free international shipping. That's gosh darn awesome. Living Well Awakened is not a bot. That does not sound like the name of a bot. It sounds like a very cool, conscious name. Living Well Awakened. Two-ball cane. My doctor prescribed me Adderall for my ADHD and refused to give me modafinil. Yeah, what's up with that? Like Adderall is so much more addictive and it's so much more dangerous and it's so much of a drug of abuse. Like why they're doing it over modafinil, I don't know. Wait, where's my wife person? Maria, there you are. Can you look her up? I'd love to know your opinions on her. Maria, I don't know who you're talking about. If you found my wife, have her contact me, if you would, please. That would save me some time. Lucy Crackle, what is your favorite brand of magnesium glycinate? I don't have a favorite brand of magnesium glycinate. I just look for third-party tested or I don't know. Magnesium glycinate is such an inexpensive supplement. I don't know how many companies do third-party testing, but look for third-party testing or GMP certified. Martine, I'm running off 2,000 milligrams of Bacopa and 50 milligrams of ginkgo. What's your view on this? That's a lot of Bacopa a day. 2,000 milligrams of Bacopa a day. That's a massive dose. I don't think you need that much. I don't like the word need. I don't think that amount is optimal. What is the maximum daily dose of Bacopa? I don't know if it's dangerous, but I don't think that that amount's helpful. Most research studies are on 300 to 450 milligrams per day. Some of them are as low as 150. So, Martine, that's much more than that's. You're looking at 7x what's normal. You look at 600% to 700% of most studies. So I would dial that back. I don't know if it's dangerous. Let's see what the toxic level is of Bacopa. So the toxic level of lion's mane, by the way, anyone remember how much lion's mane is needed to like hurt you? It's like a kilogram. It's like grams per kilogram. It was so much. It was like pounds. You need to eat pounds of lion's mane extract to hurt yourself, and you wouldn't be able to do that. Like you would get full way before you'd get sick. It was very so lion's mane is exceptionally safe. I've taken high doses of my lion's mane, taken 5 doses in a day. I don't recommend doing that, but I felt fine. I actually felt really good. I took Did I take 2 or 3 doses the other day when I didn't sleep well? Um, I got in. I was traveling and I got in late to Arizona. I was supposed to get in at 1. I got in at 2, and so I was in bed at close to like 3:30. I had to wake up at 7:30 for this conference, so I got like 4 hours of sleep. And I took a bunch of lion's mane that day, along with some aniracetam, and I felt really good. Martine says it makes me see things cool. Well, let's see what is the toxic dose of Bacopa. There's some amount that will be harmful to you. I don't know what it is. Oh, it says there's no established toxic dose of Bacopa. That's interesting. High doses have side effects of stomach upset, dry mouth, fatigue, and drowsiness. Isn't that interesting? High doses of a stimulating substance can create fatigue and drowsiness. These effects are usually mild and temporary and resolve on their own once the supplement is discontinued. By the way, you want to make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Don't take a huge amount of supplements without drinking water. This is really important. Write this down, all of you. If you're considering taking supplements or you do take supplements, write this down. Drink water when taking supplements. Really important. You need to be able to flush them out of your system, and you need to give your kidneys and give your liver, give them a chance. And so make sure you're drinking plenty of water, especially if you are taking large doses like Martine over here. I'm concerned. I'm concerned that you're taking huge doses of these supplements. I don't know if that's helpful. I don't know if that's going to get you what you want. You're the priest. Does tooth loss include wisdom teeth? No. Wisdom teeth are good to take out. The sooner the better, in my opinion. Here's why. I had mine taken out in high school. Wisdom teeth for most people do come out, or you need to get them checked regularly, which is a pain in the ass. So just assume your wisdom teeth are coming out, unless you know something I don't, and there's like a huge benefit to wisdom teeth, and you really want yours. But generally speaking, most wisdom teeth come out. That's my understanding. And so you want them out the sooner the better. Why? Well, think about how valuable your time is as a teenager. So I got mine out when I was a sophomore in high school, so 15, 16, versus a friend of mine who is extremely successful. He's actually my mentor, one of my mentors. He got his wisdom teeth out 3 years ago. And first of all, his recovery was longer because they're more entrenched in the jawbone. And his recovery was like 2 weeks long. It was really awful for him. And it hurt his marriage, and because he just didn't feel well. And 2 weeks of not working for someone who's really successful is much more expensive than 2 weeks of a teenager laying up on the couch watching television, right? I just recovered during Christmas break. It was not a big deal. A week I was better. Let's say 2 weeks I was totally fine. So let's say 2 weeks is the average. How long does it take to heal from wisdom teeth? How long on average? I'm guessing it takes 2 weeks. How long on average does it take to heal from wisdom teeth? I bet 2 to 4 weeks. Depends upon age. The older you are, the worse. In general, it takes 1 to 2 weeks for the initial healing process to take place. I think so. The older you are, the more painful it is, the longer your recovery. Number two, the more valuable your time is. My time is more valuable today than it was 10 years ago, easily, right? Much more valuable than 20 years ago, than when I was a teenager. So get them out when when their time is less valuable, right? Where is a teenager going to mind sitting on the couch watching movies for 2 weeks healing? Probably not. Will I? Yes, I will hate that. And it's costing me a lot of money if I can't go live with you on TikTok, if I can't make TikTok videos, if I am not able to learn and remember and do my work and do my research. That's really expensive to me to not be able to do that. So get the stuff out early. Does that make sense? Give me a roar if that makes sense. I just want you to understand the idea here. Get things done when they're least expensive to you, and it's less expensive to a teenager than someone who's 40, 45 years old, and it's less painful. And they're going to come out anyway for most of us. Mariah, I don't know who that person is. Get real girlfriend is my future wife. I don't know who that is. So if you want, you can introduce us and see if that's a productive conversation. All right, we got some roars here. Okay, you're getting it. So apply this concept to other things. Is vaping bad for your brain? Vaping tobacco? I think so. I wish it weren't. I'd love to be able to say, hey, vaping's way better for you. Is the question is vaping better than smoking cigarettes? I think so, but I don't know by how much. There's popcorn lung. I don't know what causes it, but it's associated with vaping. So I don't think you want that. I'm going to answer this question because a lot of people ask about this. Popcorn lung is another name for bronchiolitis obliterans, BO, a rare condition that results from the damage of lungs, small airways. BO was originally discovered when popcorn factory workers started getting sick. So so that's from Johns Hopkins. The culprit was a food additive used in the popcorn process. Yo, it's all about vaping. So I'm just reading this article on vaping. Vaping heats up liquid until it turns into a vapor that you inhale. So there are chemicals in vaping. So it depends on what's in the oil. Other chemicals, aside from the THC, CBD, nicotine, include diacetyl. This food additive used to deepen e-cigarette flavors is known to damage small airways in the lungs. So that's not good. So diacetyl, DIACETYL. By the way, if you have kids, write this down because you want to be able to talk to your kids about why vaping's bad. Is it as bad as cigarettes? Probably not, but we don't know. But understand this has additives in it that could be dangerous. So one is diacetyl, which can damage the lungs. Number two is formaldehyde, which is toxic. I don't need to tell you that. This toxic chemical can cause lung disease and contribute to heart disease. And then acrolein, most often used as a weed killer, this chemical could also damage lungs. So there are three chemicals often found. These are common substances found in e-liquids. So if you're getting super high quality vaping stuff that doesn't have these bad things, vaping is probably a lot safer. The challenge is it's hard to do research on this and um, parse out, who's using bad additives, who's smoking good additives, and what's the difference. So just smoking your regular run of the mill vape stuff, it's really sad what these companies are doing because they're marketing stuff that's really for kids, right? Strawberry cigarettes or strawberry vape liquids, and they got bad stuff in them, which is ridiculous to me. So diacetyl is frequently added to flavor enhance taste. Inhaling diacetyl causes inflammation and may lead to permanent scarring on the branches of the airways, popcorn lung, which makes breathing difficult. Popcorn lung has no lasting treatment. It can lead to coughing, wheezing, chest pain, shortness of breath. There's also vaping-related pneumonia. You don't want that. There's collapsed lung after vaping. quote, at Johns Hopkins, we're seeing a rash of collapsed lungs in younger people. We're always asking if they've been smoking. They'll often say, no, I don't smoke, but I do vape. So does vaping cause lung cancer? We don't know. So you really want to watch for the diacetyl. So here are the three things to look out for. If you're going to vape, I don't recommend you vape. I also don't recommend you smoke cigarettes. I like the nicotine lozenge. That's the best. Nicotine gum is likely also safer. These vaping pens often have unhealthy ingredients. All right, so the three to look out for are diacetyl formaldehyde and acrolein. If you're going to vape, and if you're going to vape anyway, find the best darn company with the best product and investigate, make sure it doesn't have these things, and then spend more money on your vaping so you don't hurt your lung. That's really what I recommend if you're going to do it. I recommend you get your nicotine other ways that are safer, like nicotine lozenges. Okay, I hope that's helpful. So, parents, I hope you got that. Three ingredients: diacetyl formaldehyde, acrolein, and this is from Johns Hopkins. You can probably find some videos on this that's helpful. Is it okay to drink chlorophyll? Yeah, chlorophyll's awesome. Somalia cooking, totally. Roar to you, Kayak. Roar to you, Nelly. You're the prettiest. Ja, ja, ja. Outstanding. What do I recommend to sleep? Betty Garza. I recommend, first of all, I like to recommend behaviors. So, first, sleep at a regular bedtime. That's difficult on a lot of us. It's difficult on me, but I try to be in bed by 2. That's good. And then I'd like to be up by 9, but my body wants more sleep. My body wants to sleep for 8 to 9 hours. So up by 10 or 11. Scatty Cat, I was looking at hopkinsmedicine.org, but I was using Google to find that information. And then I often use AI to find information. So Betty, I'd recommend regular sleep time. Recommend getting sunshine first thing in the morning. Get outside. Inside doesn't count. You got to be outside in the sunshine. I recommend walking for 10 to 20 minutes first thing in the morning as soon as you wake up. That helps set your circadian rhythm. Dr. Andrew Huberman, who has a great podcast, he's a neuroscientist from Stanford. He talks about that. And then 30 minutes of cardiovascular exercise improves quality of sleep. Foods, there's certain foods, don't eat within 3 hours of bed. That can impair your sleep quality. And then I really like lion's mane as a supplement to enhance sleep. I also take melatonin, especially when I travel. I made a terrible mistake. I thought I packed my melatonin and I didn't. That was awful because I changed time zones. And when you change time zones, you really want to get your sleep scheduled correctly. And a way to do that, melatonin really helps. And so I made a terrible mistake. And I didn't bring my sleep mask. And so now in my to-go bag, I'm packing my melatonin and my sleep mask, so it's always there. And then you can take certain supplements that can help. Magnesium can help increase calm. Lion's mane can increase calm. I also found lion's mane really improves deep sleep. Who's taken lion's mane and seen benefits for sleep? Just let Betty Garza know if that's been helpful to you. Lion's mane, I've really found it helps me sleep. And then L-theanine can produce calm. That's really helpful. And then don't drink caffeine or alcohol. I don't recommend alcohol at any time. And don't drink caffeine after 2 p.m. That's really helpful. And if you want a lion's mane, my lion's mane is a mixture of 10 medicinal mushrooms that's really improves sleep. That's the one thing people constantly report on. That's tremendous for your brain. Just the benefit of sleep alone is worth it for the supplement. Not to mention it's got lion's mane, which helps grow new brain cells and reduces inflammation. So this is just incredible. It's really great. You can get this at roarlionsmane.com or click the link below my profile and go get that there. I hope that answers your question, Betty. Yeah, don't do the flavored vapes. You're absolutely right. Hello, Dua Hamed. Shandi, and vaping liquids are not regulated too. I don't know. Is that true? I don't know to what extent they're regulated. I wish they were because it affects people's health. So I wish there was some sort of regulation on what chemicals are appropriate. So Mama Bersane, can you take alpha GPC and choline? So they're basically the same thing. Alpha GPC is a precursor to acetylcholine. Choline is a precursor to acetylcholine. So they're basically the same. So I often take an alpha GPC supplement and I will eat lots of choline. If you want to take choline as a supplement, you can take alpha GPC or phosphatidylcholine. They're pretty much the same thing. They're very, very safe. They're really great. Blackled. I don't know how to say your name. I'll stop vaping today if you listen to Mariah. I'm listening to Mariah, but I hope you stop vaping for yourself. Don't stop vaping for me. Stop vaping for you. Please protect your lungs. Pyrex, I did not say kids born without wisdom teeth. I said it's a good idea to get wisdom teeth out sooner rather than later. Lynn 6, total BS. What are you referring to? Abtomla, thank you for writing this down. Diacetyl formaldehyde acrolein equals unhealthy chemicals found in vaping. Absolutely. Kelly, there's a tremendous discount going on right now for the Lion's Mane. It's buy one get it's like buy one get three free. I think that's what it is. It's a massive discount. So you don't need a code for that. I'll tell you this: I'm not going to lower the price from where it is. I'm going to increase the price at some point. I don't know when, but I'm going to do that once the numbers dictate that I need to do that. So once my prices go up, I'm going to increase the price. Or if I need to, I'm going to increase the price, but I'm not going to decrease it. So the best time to buy is now because it's not going to be cheaper than this. I'm not going to add a discount code. And so if you want to buy it now while it's still at this level. Lacey Joe Love, propylene glycol was used to make street cards. Okay, thank you. Way safer than cigarettes. Well, we have a lot of data on cigarettes, so we know what's going on there. But we also don't know if cigarettes cause popcorn lung. Do cigarettes cause popcorn lung? Cigarettes might cause different impact than vaping. Wow. Cancer Research UK says there are 0 confirmed cases of people with popcorn lung as a result of e-cigarettes. But that's not what I read from Johns Hopkins, so I don't know. This is from cancerresearch.org, cancerresearchuk.org. Some of the liquids in e-cigarettes contain diacetyl. This led to the idea that e-cigarettes might cause popcorn lung. In the UK, diacetyl was banned in e-cigarettes. Great. Under the EU Tobacco Products Directive in 2016. So the UK banned diacetyl in 2016. Is diacetyl banned in the United States? Diacetyl banned in the US. Oh my gosh. This is terrible. Diacetyl is approved by the FDA to be used in a variety of food products like pastries, pancake syrup, candy, and most notably microwave popcorn. So diacetyl is approved by the FDA. Diacetyl is banned by the UK in e-cigarettes. Just let that sink in for a moment. That is amazing and scary. Right? So people will say, if you've been here earlier, by the way, if you're just arriving, please enter your first name and where you're from in the chat with Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. We were talking about how many doctors don't like brain supplements or supplements because they say, well, they're not approved by the FDA. Hey, that supplement's not approved by the FDA. That peptide isn't approved by the FDA. Give me a roar if you've heard this. Right? I get this frequently from clients. My doctor says it's not approved. No, it's not. They don't approve supplements. So that's they also don't approve, sunshine or exercise. The FDA does not approve exercise. So are you saying exercise isn't good? And so this is a food additive that's approved by the Food and Drug Administration that, according to Johns Hopkins, increases popcorn lung. And the government of the United Kingdom has banned this. It banned it. So 2016, 2023, 7 years ago, the UK was on top of this. That's crazy. So this is the environment we're in here in the United States. And I love this country. I've just approached my government with a healthy form of skepticism, and I just assume that they're wrong. I just simply assume that the government has incomplete, incorrect information, or they're not, or their policy is not correct. I don't listen to their guidelines because they're wrong, right? They suggest we eat. If you look at the food pyramid, government suggests I eat 6 bowls of cereal a day. I'm not eating 6 bowls of cereal a day. I don't want diabetes. I think that's a bad idea for anyone to eat 6 bowls of cereal a day. But that was the guidelines, right? I don't listen to the government guidelines about health. So the FDA says diacetyl is safe. I don't think so. I don't have good data, but just the fact that the UK banned it 7 years ago, that's a good indication in and of itself. Can I can I get a roar or a horrid face from people? My gosh, this is crazy. Like they banned it 6 years ago. Yes, John, I know there's more than 6 kinds of cereal, but the government recommended like 6 bowls of cereal per day per human. And then they recommended more bowls of cereal than they did servings of vegetables. I don't think that's a recipe for success for health. I mean, if you like eating Lucky Charms, that's great. All right, good. I'm glad you all are understanding this. It's important. Please teach your children this. Teach them to evaluate statements by the government with a healthy dose of skepticism. The government said cholesterol in eggs was bad for you. It's not. It said fat was bad for you. Well, healthy fat isn't bad for you. Um, and it said eat your carbohydrates. It's good for you. Turns out that ain't good for you. Turns out that's really, really bad for you. Okay. So, any more questions about vaping? This has been surprisingly extremely productive. So, the UK has banned diacetyl. According to Johns Hopkins, diacetyl um, and other ingredients make vaping really dangerous. So vaping might be more dangerous in the short term than cigarettes. We just have a ton of data on cigarettes. We know how bad they are. We don't know how bad vaping is. We just don't have the data. Chuck, I don't have good data on that for you, but thank you for asking. That's something you want to talk with your doctor about. Somalia cooking or Somali cooking. I'm sorry, I've been saying your name correctly. Pardon me. Somali cooking. So now we have to read all the products before we buy it. Yes, that's exactly right. Big roar to Somali cooking. I could not have said that better myself. If you want to stay healthy, or if you are not healthy and want to get healthy, it's a really good idea to read the ingredients in every product you buy that goes into your body. And then if you really want to get into it, read your cosmetics and then your cleaning products. Why? Because you want to know what's in there. You want to know, are there dangerous food additives? How many different sugars are in there? How much sugar is in this food product you're buying? How many chemicals are in there? How much protein's in there? You want to read the ingredients in your food products for sure. And it's a good idea to read them in your cosmetics to know what to look for. I don't know what to look for off the top of my head. If you want cosmetics, I really like the company Native. Who knows Native? Give me a roar if you like Native. So Native is like super duper simple. And it's got 10 different ingredients for your shampoo and for your conditioner. Very awesome stuff. And it smells great. It's a great product too. All right. So Labuza on Instagram says, is it banned in Canada? Is diacetyl and in Canada? Fine question. Canada Vapes. Our e-liquid is diacetyl free. So canadavapes.com, our e-liquid is diacetyl free. There you go. USP grade propylene glycol. Propylene glycol is an ingredient found in almost every e-liquid in the world. It helps carry the flavoring of e-liquid. Propylene glycol is widely used across the world in both food and food packaging, in cake mix. It's considered generally recognized as safe. But the thing is, they're talking about food additives, but they're not talking about smoking them, right? If you smoke your Twinkie, that might produce different toxins than if you just eat it, right? So just because a product is generally recognized as safe as a food doesn't mean it's safe to smoke it. USP grade vegetable glycerin. And so I don't know if you want to inhale these things. flavoring, nicotine base bottles. So this looks like it's free of what were the bad things? Formaldehyde, and then there was another one. Goodness. E-cigarettes.com's .surgeongeneral.gov. Wow, I actually might agree with the government here. They have a warning about e-cigarettes. They say there are ultrafine particles that can be inhaled deep into the lungs. That's dangerous. So if it's not a clean thing you're breathing in, that can be dangerous. It says flavorants like diacetyl, a chemical linked to serious lung disease. Interesting. That's coming from the Surgeon General. By the way, in the United States, the Surgeon General is tasked with protecting us and protecting our health. So cigarettes have a Surgeon General's warning. Pardon me. And so it says it says diacetyl is linked to a serious lung disease, but the FDA has approved it. Fascinating. Also has volatile organic compounds. Also has heavy metals like nickel, tin, and lead. So according to the Surgeon General, I don't know if this is true. According to the Surgeon General, e-cigarettes may have tin and may have lead. That's a little scary to me. Let's verify that. Do e-cigarettes. So I'm doing something really important. It's called trust but verify. So we'll say the Surgeon General's not crazy wrong, but let me verify this with another source. Do e-cigarettes have lead? According to the National Institute of Health, this is another government sponsored agency. These devices expose users to toxic metals such as arsenic, chromium, nickel, and lead, according to Anna Maria Roulet, PhD from Johns Hopkins University. Wow. Lead levels in selected electronic. So it seems like lead in electronic cigarettes was a thing, at least in 2018. Vaping exposes users to more toxic metals than smoking. So this is a reason where vaping may be more dangerous than smoking. Chromium and nickel found in multiple e-cigarette brands. 8 have been linked to respiratory diseases, including lung cancer, manganese, and lead. So it sounds like, and I don't know why this is. I don't know why these vaping companies are putting bad stuff in their liquids. This is making me, wow, this is really scary. Um, lead, lead in some of these e-cigarette brands. That's really, really scary. So heavy metals in these as well. John, did she? Did Guy really wink at you? I've looked at Guy for long enough where she hasn't winked at me, but she's definitely communicated things to me. Yeah, glowing autistic. I don't know if it's profit margins. Like, why would you put lead in stuff? Why would you kill your customers? I mean, really, if you want them to vape for a long time and maybe they're health conscious because they're not smoking cigarettes, they're vaping. Don't you want them to be healthy? So, why do drug dealers have unclean stuff in their drugs? Well, maybe it's profit, but that seems really dangerous because if you kill your customers, um, it's not a good way to keep customers. If you want a business that works successfully, you really want to keep your customers. So I don't know. Would I ever eat raw meat, Rosie? Sure, I've eaten raw meat. What's it called with beef? Carpaccio. You can do beef carpaccio, which is raw beef, usually from filet mignon, or you can do or a filet. You can also do raw fish as a carpaccio. Yes, I would I've done it and I will do it. Yeah, Storm, I don't know if it's all about money. I don't know if it's laziness. I don't know if they didn't know about it. Maybe they knew about it and then they didn't want to change their formula. That seems like it. 200X Academy. Are you sure it's not working? I think the link, the buy one get for free, doesn't work on the one-time offer page. What do you mean on the one-time offer page? So let me go. So is anyone else trying to buy Roar Lions Mane? It's not working. Let me go. Would someone else check? I think what's not working. So buy one, get 3 free. And then you can upgrade. You can upgrade your order or not. Did the cart not work? So 200X Academy, would you let me know what's not working on the page? And if you're trying to order, let me know. I'll make sure we get it. John Edmonds, I don't think you smoked any Twinkies. I don't think that's what you're doing. Would I ever take modafinil? Sure, I've taken modafinil. I like it. I just got the same question over and over again. I got John telling me about the lake not working. I got Rosie girl asking me if I would eat raw meat several times. I don't know if this just repeat itself or what. Gumps girl, how do you like my lion's mane? Somali cooking. Really interesting question. So you asked if carbohydrates aren't good for us and wheat isn't good for us. By the way, wheat is a carbohydrate. Then what is good for us? Other things. The most natural foods, the foods our ancestors ate, foods in their most natural form. So think plants, think mushrooms, think fruit. Vegetables and fruit and mushrooms and nuts and seeds are generally very healthy. So foods that our ancestors ate. Our ancestors primarily ate a bunch of wild plants, which you'd think of as vegetables, some fruits during the summer, and occasionally they would hunt and kill meat and eat meat. That's what our ancestors ate. That's generally healthy for most humans. We did not start eating grains until 10,000 years ago. Prior to that, for 90,000 years, we were eating wild plants, some fruit, and occasionally meat. And so that's what's healthy for most humans. For the last 30 years, we've been exposed, last 40 years, since about 1980, we've been exposed to extremely processed foods. Never before in human history have we been exposed to so much processed foods and so many food additives, not until 1980. The data is very clear. Obesity, heart disease, and diabetes, and autism. I'm not saying all these are linked, but since 1980, all these have dramatically increased. Allergies have increased because we're not eating real food. So many humans are eating fake food, and it's really bad. It's really scary, and it's unfortunate because it particularly affects people of low income and people of color. These are the people who are most likely to eat more processed foods, and it's really unfortunate because it's very harmful to those people in those communities. They often don't know what the healthy foods are, and they might not be able to afford healthier foods, or they might live in food deserts, quote, food deserts, where it's difficult to get healthy food. And it's really, really unfortunate. It's very unfair. And that's the status. So if you want to eat healthy foods, I don't recommend carbohydrates. I don't recommend grains. I don't recommend gluten. I recommend vegetables and occasionally fruits and healthy protein. Healthy protein could be, it could be from plants like beans, or it could be from meat, and it depends on what works best for you. What about pancakes? How can I make it then? Yes, I love a good pancake. Thank you, John Edmonds. I appreciate you checking out the website. I'm glad it works. Labuza, we talked about water hyssop earlier. I will get back to it. Labuza, you've been taking lion's mane for a month and you've had great sleep quality. Awesome. Love to hear that. So, what to do for pancakes? Simplest pancake recipe. Let me write this down. It's made with bananas. It's just eggs and bananas. I know it's not the same as pancakes, but it's pretty close. And then use a high quality maple syrup. Eggs and bananas, banana pancakes. Just understand, these are not perfect, but these taste pretty good. So you just add eggs and banana and mashed banana together, and it's great. So 1 ripe banana, 2 large eggs. That's it. Now you can make it fluffier by adding an 1/8 teaspoon baking powder, a little vanilla extract. You could add nuts. You could add chocolate chips, ideally, healthy chocolate chips, and so forth. You could add fruit. But that's a really delicious, healthy pancake that I love. I do love a pancake on the weekend. pancakes and cartoons. Who likes Rick and Morty? Any Rick and Morty fans? Tell me about that. Camila, yes, we do send lion's mane to Australia, and if you order the larger order, you get free international shipping. So that's really cool. It does take a while to get there. You are on the other side of the world, but it will get there maybe 2 weeks, maybe three, but you'll get tracking, so you can track that. So, and then Somali, then there's a look for keto pancakes or gluten-free pancakes. The easiest way is with coconut flour. I love coconut flour. So coconut flour is rich in fat, and you can add. It's a very similar recipe. You take coconut flour, add some baking soda, add some eggs, and those are your pancakes. Now they don't fluff up the same as the wheat pancakes, but they're still delicious. So you can still do pancakes. I love me some pancakes. Malabelli 90. I'm worried about drinking water. Yes, I am too. I've been worried about drinking water since I was in grad school in Austin. There's fluoride in the drinking water. If you live in gosh, where were these towns? There were a bunch of towns that were primarily had poor black residents. These people had low income and they were people of color. Their water was extremely dirty. And either the state didn't care, as in the state of West Virginia or whatever the state was. This is in the United States, or the city didn't have money, but the drinking water stayed bad. It stayed undrinkable. In the United States, there are United States citizens who do not have access to clean drinking water. Most of them are low income. Most of them are people of color. That is not acceptable to me. And the state of Michigan has allowed the city of Flint to have not drinkable drinking water. That has persisted. And it persists in these poor towns. It's really, really unfortunate. And I agree. I'm very concerned. Even in the city of Austin, my sister's gotten, she lives in Austin. She's gotten 3 boil your water warnings. So something in the city filtration system ain't working right. And so, yeah, it's a very smart thing to be concerned about the quality of water. That's why I recommend a Berkey filter or a reverse osmosis filter. I do not have a relationship with Berkey. I would happily have them sponsor my show, but I've been using them for over a decade for fluoride-free water. This is fluoride-free water from a Berkey filter. Then I add magnesium from Trace Minerals, not a sponsor of the show, but I like them, and sea salt and some vitamin C powder and some stevia. It kind of tastes like a lemonade. Patsy Brown, you can buy my lion's mane at roarlionsmane.com or click the link below my profile and it'll take you there. roarlionsmane.com. Free shipping on the larger order. So yeah, makes sense. I'd recommend get yourself a fluoride filter or a Berkey filter or reverse osmosis and protect yourself and protect your family. If you have young kids, do it. Goodness gracious, please get a Berkey filter if you have kids. You want to protect them from this. About 50% of the fluoride we consume stays in our body. The other half is excreted through our urine. Just understand, if you drink city tap water, in most cities in America, there's fluoride added to that. About half of the fluoride you drink is excreted in your urine. The other half is incorporated into your tissues and organs, including your bones. You don't want fluoride in your bones. Bones are not made of fluoride. Bones are made of calcium. Fluoride can get into your thyroid. Your thyroid does not work on fluoride. Your thyroid works on iodine. You don't want fluoride getting incorporated into your body. It's not supposed to happen. That's not a healthy human being. Dorian Godfrey, do you recommend cold plunges? Yeah, cold plunges rock. I especially like them before, after sauna. That's super fun. And I do a cold shower in the morning. And evidently, cold showers, I was reading this or I was listening to a podcast, cold showers increase the burning of fat. They kind of stir up, they increase adrenaline, and increased adrenaline increases burning of fat. Yes, thank you, Phoenix. Berkey Water System. Thank you. Do I like women with tattoos? I like really emotionally intelligent women. Tattoos or not. I've dated women with tattoos. I've dated women without tattoos. But really, emotional intelligence and kindness is what I look for most in women. And someone who's supporting me in my mission or personal growth. And so, hopefully the relationship is supportive of what I'm doing, right? I want whoever I am in a relationship with to know I'm up to like what I think are important things. I'm trying to help people reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. I'm trying to reduce juvenile diabetes. And eventually, I'd like to help revamp the education system. These are really big ideas. And I want to help people live longer, healthier lives. I'm trying to help people get off pharmaceutical drugs and eat healthier foods. And so I have these really big goals. And so whoever I'm with, I want them to know that at least I think I'm up to things that are important, and I want them to either help or be supportive of what I'm doing. So those are things I look for. Thank you for asking, Lenny. If you want to chat, send me a message on Instagram. Anonymous, don't give AF. That's funny. It took me a while to read. That's funny. Thoughts on iodine's connection with cognitive function. I was at this conference this weekend, and one of the supplements providers talked about how he's got this great iodine supplement, how good it is for cognitive decline, or how good it is for cognitive. So I understand it why it's related to thyroid, but let me look this up with check. Let's ask the AI. What is the role of iodine? So it's linking thyroid to development. Excuse me, it's linking iodine to development. Here we go. In adults, iodine deficiency, according to the RDA, the recommended daily allowance, most adults in the United States are not iodine deficient, but that doesn't mean that we're not, but that's just what the government data suggest. In adults, iodine deficiency may also have negative effects on cognitive function, including memory, attention, and processing speed. Studies have suggested iodine supplementation may improve cognitive function in individuals with mild to moderate iodine deficiency. How many Americans are deficient in iodine? Iodine. There's been a decrease of iodine in American food over the last 20 years, in part because we're not using iodized salt. And that was a way to get people iodine. If you don't get enough iodine, you can get a thyroid condition called goiter, which is where your neck kind of really increases. Lack of iodine is the world's leading cause of preventable mental retardation. Wow. That's according to the CDC, the Center for Disease Control in the United States. It drops population wide IQs in certain areas. Wow. So that's one iodine link. So that's really big deal. So if you're iodine deficient, that can reduce IQ. Iodine deficiency can also, I think it's creating a huge problem with thyroid. I think that's the first thing. But if we aren't having enough iodine for a thyroid, it's possible we don't have enough iodine for a brain. These are great questions. Kelly, that's a great question. So I'd start somewhere. So if you want to take supplement, first I'd start with your behaviors. So I today's live stream is about supplements. If you want to improve your brain health, I'd start with behaviors. I'd improve your sleep. I'd remove the junk food in your diet or reduce the carbs and eat more vegetables. That's a good start. I'd do 30 to 45 minutes of cardio a day and some strength training 3 times a week. I would do those things before trying to overwhelm yourself with supplements. I'd make sure you're getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep. Give yourself at least 8 hours in bed. I would start there, Kelly. And then if you want to get supplements, I'd start with one. Magnesium is a good one to start with. If you want a cognitive enhancer, start with my lion's mane. Now, I recommend this because one, it's really inexpensive. It's high quality. It's GMP certified. It's third-party tested. It's vegan. It's gluten-free, made in the USA. This is a really high-quality lion's mane. And it's not just lion's mane. It's 10 medicinal mushrooms. So it's really great. It improves sleep quality. It reduces anxiety, or it can improve sleep quality. It can help reduce anxiety. A lot of people, if you're taking my lion's mane, would you tell Kelly what you think of it? This is really inexpensive. It's like 50 cents a day. That's a great place to start for a really high quality supplement. So you don't need to spend a ton of money. And I would start there. And if lion's mane works for you, you can stay there. Or if you want to take more stuff, you can continue to build. I take 20 to 30 supplements a day, depending upon the day. And then one day a week, I don't take any. I didn't get there in a year. I got there over the last 25 years. No, excuse me, over the last, yeah. No, I was in college when I started taking them. But we'll say I was 25 when I started doing this. So over the last 15 years, I've been adding and subtracting supplements. Really been doing it hardcore for the last 9 years. That's probably closer. 9 or 10 years I've been doing this. And it's evolving. And so you don't need to get there tomorrow. But also, I also give my top 10 supplements as a free report. So if you want my top 10 supplements for the brain, you can click the link below my profile, or you can go to robertlove.net, and then download my free report, my top 10 brain supplements. But I would start with my lion's mane. And then if you don't like it, I can refund you, no problem. I've given 2 refunds so far. One person ordered too much. She didn't mean to order that much. And another person, she was allergic to mushrooms. Those are the two requests I've had so far. I think I've had 700 orders, and so I've had 2 refund requests. But so I'd start there, Kelly. Do PPIs, those are proton pump inhibitors, affect the mind long term? Jeremy, potentially yes. So Jeremy Phillips, do proton pump inhibitors affect the mind? Potentially yes. They're dangerous. Specifically, they hurt your gut bacteria. What's good for your gut is good for your brain. What's bad for your gut is bad for your brain. And so be careful. Be careful about taking proton pump inhibitors. Talk with your doctor. See if there's a safer alternative. Supplements for depression and brain fog. Yulma Farej. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name right. Supplement for both brain fog and depression. I really like lion's mane because it's good for both. Lion's mane helps with both depression and anxiety and helps with sleep. And sleep is one of the primary causes of brain fog. Also improves memory, so that can help with brain fog. So if you just want one supplement for sleep and depression, for depression and brain fog, try my lion's mane, roarlionsmane.com, 6-month money back guarantee. I think that'll help. At the very least, you'll notice a benefit in your sleep. And then if you have depression during the day, take it in the morning or in the afternoon, or you do both. You can do 3 servings a day. You can take lion's mane at night to help with sleep. You can take it in the morning, just for your day, and then you can take it in the afternoon. I like it in the afternoon. I'm actually like, I really like it in the afternoon. That helps reduce my afternoon anxiety. That's really great. So I'd start there, and it's not very expensive. It's only 50 cents a day. Mrs. Chemistry. Is that chemistry or chemistry? Is there a safe way to remove accumulated fluoride? I don't know. First, you want to stop the accumulation. So people ask, what's the best way to reduce inflammation? First, you want to stop eating foods that cause inflammation. You want to stop breathing dirty air filled with heavy metals. You want to stop eating foods covered with pesticides. You want to stop food behaviors that increase inflammation. Then you can start to detox. But let's ask. I'm on Chat GPT, by the way. What is the best way to remove fluoride from my body? Might be like a heavy metal detox. There's no proven method to remove fluoride from the body. The body naturally eliminates fluoride through the urine and feces, but it does get accumulated into the tissues, organs, and bones. So one is reduce fluoride intake, increase water intake. Good. Eat a healthy diet. Certain supplements. Ooh, there's certain supplements that ChatGPT. And now I haven't verified this, so I don't know how true this is. This is just what the AI says. So take this with a grain of salt. Using certain supplements like vitamin C and magnesium may enhance fluoride excretion. So fluoride and vitamin C could help you eliminate fluoride. Let me verify that. Trust but verify, remember? So let's verify that. Does taking a magnesium supplement help me eliminate fluoride from my body? So drinking water with fluoride may reduce your magnesium. That's interesting. Really? That's interesting. So fluoridated water may reduce your magnesium absorption. A diet low in magnesium results in higher concentration of fluoride in the bones. Saveourbones.com. According to a study by the American Institute of Nutrition, a diet low in magnesium results in a higher concentration of fluoride in the bones. That's really interesting. So another reason to take a magnesium supplement, especially if you have growing kids, or if you're a woman concerned about menopause, you want really strong bones. A way to have really strong bones is to take magnesium supplements. That's really interesting. Give me a roar if that makes sense. This is really cool. Cyrus Kid, I just received your lion's mane today. Been a high anxiety day today. Going to take two before bed. Excellent. Let me know how that goes. You can also take it if you're feeling anxiety. So my lion's mane, you can take at the time of anxiety. And I've done this. I'm like, man, I feel stressed. I took some. It was very helpful. Emotional intelligence question: how heavy is your number one problem from 1 to 10? Anyone? Oh, I don't know if that's for me. That sounds like it's for everyone. I'll let everyone answer that. Best way to prevent breathing dirty air: get a HEPA filter and live in a more rural environment or an environment that really prioritizes clean air. Yes, Krista, I agree they do, but this was actually really, really great with the magnesium. And vitamin C may help detox fluoride. Let's look that up. Because vitamin C does help detox. And ways to naturally remove fluoride. Adding lots of vitamin C to your daily fluoride removal routine is a great helping hand. Huh. So this recommends eating the vitamin C. This whole article is about reducing fluoride. Melatonin, really? Decalcification of the pineal gland is much disputed area. However, melatonin is said to help remove fluoride. So melatonin may help. And consuming fluoride may reduce the pineal gland's ability to make melatonin. So that's interesting. Apple pectin. Very interesting. So vitamin C and magnesium seem to be promising ways to reduce fluoride in the body, and those are just healthy in general. That's really good. Let's give a hand for that. If you're just arriving, please put your first name and where you're from in the chat. If you have a question about supplements for the brain, please drop it in the chat. My name is Robert Love. I'm a neuroscientist. I'm a neuroscientist. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice. Today, we're talking about supplements for the brain. And one of the brain supplements we've been talking about has been Bacopa. So I got this question on Instagram back a little while ago about water hyssop. Water hyssop is also known as Bacopa monieri, which has been used in ancient Indian medicine called Ayurvedic medicine. It's been used to help improve brain function in Ayurvedic medicine. So there's a great history of this, and there's great scientific clinical research on this. So let me read you a study here. So a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study found that Bacopa improved memory and improved performance on a cognitive test. There were 48 people in the study, 24 in each group, and the Bacopa group took 300 milligrams of Bacopa every day for 12 weeks. So it's a 12-week study, 48 people in the study. They took 300 milligrams a day or placebo, and the Bacopa group had better memory and better performance on a cognitive task. And that's from the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine from 2008. Another study, a double-blind, placebo-controlled study, double-blind, placebo-controlled crossover study. That means you get the placebo and you get the Bacopa, but you get them at different times. So a crossover study is actually the most powerful. So, a double blind, placebo controlled crossover study of 24 healthy subjects found that Bacopa improved learning, memory, and cognition in healthy adults compared to the control group. And that's in the journal Phytotherapy Research from 2013. The doses were 320 milligrams up to 640 milligrams. So that's just some of the research on Bacopa, which is really, really cool. I'm actually coming out with a Bacopa supplement soon. It's Bacopa and a whole bunch of other stuff in there. It's a really great blend. But Bacopa, generally speaking, is very safe. It's very effective. It's very cool. We got Ethan from Minneapolis. Awesome. Fluoride, John, great question. Fluoride does not grow teeth. Fluoride helps remineralize the enamel. Shannon Key, can having a copper IUD contribute to heavy metal toxicity? I think so. I mean, just by the fact you have copper in your body, right? But let me look this up. These increase heavy metal toxicity. Copper IUDs release small amounts of copper into the uterus. Individuals with pre existing conditions that affect copper metabolism, such as Wilson's disease, may be at increased risk of copper toxicity when using a copper IUD. So, yes, somewhat. Thank you, Phoenix. Yes, magnesium glycinate's great. Magnesium glycinate and bisglycinate are the same thing. Thank you. Best sources of vitamin C. Broccoli's great. I'd take a vitamin C powder. It's just easier to get a bunch of vitamin C that way. And then I add it to my water. You are welcome, Yalmo Farej. You are so much, Somali Cooking. It's great to see you here. You've been on a couple lives. It's great to have you. Okay, the next one I have trouble pronouncing. Hayes Jacome. I have strong feelings for this, Robert. Just had to share. Okay, I don't know what you were sharing about. Kind of want to go up and read. My future wife's name is Taylor. That's interesting. I have a very good friend whose name is Taylor. I don't think she's destined to be my wife. Yes. KN Markham magnesium glycinate is where I would start. And thank you, Phoenix, for sharing that. Okay, some people seem to be setting me up with wives tonight. I got 2 wife recommendations. That's interesting. And someone with tattoos. That'll be fun. All right. Maria, I love your lion's mane. I've been taking it for a week. Oh, fantastic, Maria. Thank you. Renee Z, my blood pressure very low since taking neurosupplement. My neurosupplement? So has my neurosupplement helped reduce your blood pressure? Really? That's cool. That's the one with Bacopa. So does it feel good? Is it a good low blood pressure? Juma Geddon, can you take lion's mane long term? Yes. And I don't recommend taking anything every single day unless prescribed by a doctor. I don't want to conflict with doctors' recommendations. I don't take lion's mane every day. I take 1 day off a week. Oh, interesting, Shoddy. That sounds like an interesting documentary, The Bleeding Edge. I'm using Chat GPT 200X Academy. Oh, so Renee Z. So Renee Z, for those of you reading the chat, Renee Z on TikTok said, your supplements lowered my blood pressure. She's taking 2 of my supplements. She's taking my lion's mane, Roar lion's mane, and Neuro Plus Brain and Focus Formula, which is my new supplement coming out. It's not available for sale yet. And that one has Bacopa in it. So Neuro Plus, I don't think lowered your blood pressure. I think it was the lion's mane. Renese, because lion's mane does lower blood pressure. That's one of its known actions. So I think that is more responsible for lowering the blood pressure. There may be um, ingredients in the NeuroPlus formula that help lower blood pressure. Like I think huperzine A might lower blood pressure. Huperzine A might lower blood pressure. Let's see if Bacopa lowers blood pressure. Huperzine A may have beneficial effects on blood pressure. Let's see about Bacopa. Bacopa may, but the research is conflicting. So Renese, potentially. I hope it's been good for you. Oh, Sabrina. Sabrina, I'm going to read this. This is great. Hey, just wanted to say since I've started Lion's Mane, I'm more alert and bright. Thanks to you. Well, that's so kind. Thank you. And really, the thanks is to you. You invested in your health and you took a chance and you took action and now things are better. That's awesome. Big roar to you. I love reading that, Sabrina. Thank you. Yes, a dog's choice. You do need copper to live. The question is, if you're a woman, do you want that copper to come from a hunk of metal inside your uterus? I don't know. I'm not a woman and I don't make that decision. But I don't know if that's where I want my copper coming from. If I want to be a healthy human being, I probably want my copper coming from healthy sources of food. Most one thing I don't like about many multivitamins is they have too much copper and not enough zinc. We're much more likely to be zinc deficient than copper deficient. And so, yes, we do need copper, and most of us get plenty of it. What kind of powder can you recommend to me? Powder for what? Somali cooking. What effects does low B12 have on the brain? Not good. Not good, Jules UK. Or not good, lover of life, 00. B12 is necessary to make neurotransmitters, certain neurotransmitters. And if you don't have those, your brain is not going to be functioning well. So low B12 can cause brain fog and be the beginning of mental decline. Willa6466, where do you get it? I'm guessing you mean my lion's mane. Where do you get that? You get that at roarlionsmane.com. Roarlionsmane.com. Can you build a tolerance taking up lion's mane? I don't know. Potentially. That's why I only take it 6 days a week. But I've been taking lion's mane before bed 6 days a week for 3 years. Is that right? 2, 3 years. And I'm still sensitive to it. So I don't know. Okay, here's what it says about a B12 deficiency. ChatGPT has given a very long answer. B12 is an essential nutrient that's required for proper functioning of the brain and nervous system. When B12 is low, it can have a range of neurological effects that affect cognitive function and overall brain health. One of the most common effects of low B12 is cognitive impairment, which we just talked about. This can include problems with memory, concentration, executive function, that's like decision making, which can impact daily life and reduce quality of life. Long-term B12 deficiency can lead to several neurological problems such as dementia, depression, and psychosis. I did not know that low B12 can lead to psychosis, dementia and depression. All right. B12 can also cause changes in the structure and function of the brain. Studies have shown that individuals with low B12 may have reduced brain volume, particularly in areas related to cognitive function and memory. That would be the hippocampus, the memory center of your brain. B12 deficiency may also impact the integrity of the myelin sheath, which is the protective layer that covers nerve fibers and helps to transmit nerve impulses. So without B12, the ability of your brain to send signals may be reduced because the myelin sheath on the neurons might be impaired. So, a lot of challenges if you don't have enough B12. In addition to neurological effects, B12 deficiency can also cause physical symptoms such as fatigue, weakness, tingling in the hands and feet, can also increase the risk of anemia, which can further impact cognitive function and overall health. So, to answer your question, a lot of things can go wrong if you have low B12. Zero lover of life, 00. All right. Can I take supplements without consulting a doctor? Wouldn't it be harmful? So I'm a Rama. I don't recommend you take supplements without consulting your doctor because I don't know what you're taking. And I'm not responsible for your health. You are responsible for your health. And so it's important that you take whatever information you get from me, you get from your own research, and then you then consult your personal medical team to decide what is best for you. I don't know what's best for you. And so that's why I recommend talking to your doctor or pharmacist, or I'll say it'd be good if good if I said competent and qualified doctor. Most pharmacists I find are actually very competent. They know their stuff regarding supplements because that's their world. Their world is supplements and drugs, pharmacology, and they know about these things. And I want you to be safe. I want you to take if you're going to take supplements, I want you to take stuff that will be safe and effective for you. And I want your medical team to know what you're taking because, someone just mentioned, Razy just mentioned, her blood pressure dropped. Well, if she's on blood pressure meds and her blood pressure drops, her doctors might be concerned and they might not know what's going on and they might change her medication. And so she needs to tell them, hey, I'm taking lion's mane and that might have reduced my blood pressure. I'm taking this other thing and that might reduce my blood pressure. So you want to let your team know what you're doing because it can have real effects on your measurements. Just scrolling through comments here. Would you ever want to live off grid? Do you want children one day? I want lots of children. Um, I'd be open to living off grid for some time, but I like being connected to the world a lot. I mean, I like traveling. I like doing TikTok live. I'm talking to 170 plus 15. I'm talking to 185 people right now from the comfort of a bedroom. That's really cool. So I don't want to give that up, and I like being able to help a lot of people. And so I hope this information is interesting and helpful to people. Zero lover of life 00. I have low B12. Doc won't supplement more than one infection every 8 weeks. I don't absorb it. Um, I don't know what to tell you. You can try a regular B complex. I don't know if that'll be helpful. Like Garden of Life is a B complex from different foods. Garden of Life. Not giving you medical advice, but that's what I take. You can try that, see if that helps. Um, Dom, Domonio. Low B12 happens to vegetarians. It happens, yeah, specifically to vegans. So it's very difficult to get B12 from plants. You really kind of need to eat animal products. Yamul Farej, my friend has been sadly diagnosed with schizophrenia recently. What supplements do you think might be useful for her? I don't know. I'm not an expert in schizophrenia and I don't want to guess. Um, let's ask ChatGPT. And this is not my realm of expertise. I'm going to try to sort through this. What supplements? Who wants to guess? Wants to guess what supplements are good for schizophrenia? Just drop that in the chat. I'll give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Put something in there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I would guess supplements good for schizophrenia include magnesium, potentially zinc, fish oil, a B complex, curcumin, potentially lion's mane. Yeah, we'll start there. So we'll see. Any guesses? Who's got guesses of why would be good? We got magnesium, B complex. Yep. B12, B12, lion's mane, B12. Oh yeah, alpha GPC, acetylcholine producing things might help. Hey, 200X Academy, your comments are hard to read because they're all caps. That's just it's easier to read if you don't do all caps. And I don't think you're yelling at me. I just think your thing is set to all caps because all your stuff has been all caps. No guesses from Instagram. Instagram, you were commenting at 25% like earlier. Now I got 0. Okay, here's what ChatGPT says. Here's some supplements that might help. Omega-3 fatty acids, so fish oil. Omega-3 fatty acids are important for brain function and have anti-inflammatory effects. Some studies have suggested that omega-3 supplementation may help reduce schizophrenia, particularly negative symptoms such as social withdrawal and apathy. Number 2, N-acetylcysteine. I did not think of this. NAC, which is a precursor to glutathione, which is the body's master antioxidants. NAC is an amino acid that has antioxidant properties and can help to support brain function. Some studies have suggested that NAC supplementation may help to reduce symptoms of schizophrenia, particularly with symptoms like hallucination and delusions. That's interesting. So NAC may help with delusions of schizophrenia. Let's confirm that. Does NAC help reduce schizophrenic delusions? Delusions and hallucinations. And hallucinations, question mark. Other research says no, this does not help with that. Shows improved working memory. So the research is mixed. Does not seem to be very solid on that, but this is just a cursory glance. I would need to spend hours reading some papers and understanding it. But NAC may be helpful for other symptoms. So I don't know. But there's potential for NAC. Next, B vitamins. Who said B vitamins? Yes, you're right. Good for you. Instagram, if you just arrived, say hello, please. Lorde, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. B vitamins, particularly folate, B12, are important for brain function. Some studies have suggested that individuals with schizophrenia have low levels of B vitamins, and supplementation may improve symptoms and overall mental health. Vitamin D. Vitamin D is important for brain function and mental health, and some studies have suggested individuals with schizophrenia may have low levels of vitamin D. Supplementation may improve symptoms. I wonder if they have vitamin D deficiency because they're less social and they go outside less. I don't know. So those are potential supplements for schizophrenia. $200X Academy, ChatGPT definitely works. I pay for it, so I might get better results than you. I recommend paying for it. It's worth it. Will lion's mane help CTE? So CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy, linked to repeated injuries and blows to the head. Okay, so this is from repeated traumatic brain injury. So this is not something I've helped people with traumatic brain injury, but not specifically CTE. And so Patre more hug, probably. Lion's mane is likely to be helpful. Lion's mane can help protect the brain, so that's helpful. Lion's mane also help increase brain-derived neurotrophic factor and facilitate the growth of new brain cells and new neural connections. So it may help repair the brain. I've read some other stuff that suggests lion's mane may help with Parkinson's disease because it may help repair dopamine neurons or dopaminergic neurons, if you want to be fancy. So could lion's mane help with recovery from traumatic brain injury? That's basically the question. The answer is yes. Yes, it can. Now the question is, will it, and will that be enough? I don't know. Something that can also be helpful for recovery from traumatic brain injury is aniracetam. Aniracetam is one of my very favorite smart drugs or nootropic drugs. It is a pharmaceutical drug. It's available in the United States without a prescription. It is awesome. Anybody take aniracetam? Let me know in the chat if anyone takes aniracetam. I gave it to someone at this conference who's had a bunch of TBIs, and I gave it to him. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. And he's I gave him a big dose, and with a B complex vitamin. I got him set. And 30 minutes later, he's like, "Dude, I feel really good." I was like, "Yeah, you do. This stuff is awesome." And so it helps recovery from TBI. And I'm actually working on a paper right now with an anesthesiologist about aniracetam for um, recovery from anesthesia. The research in mice and rats shows that if you damage a rat's brain with, let's say, a concussion, so they'll smash the rat's head and it'll lose memory. They're not really taking a hammer to it; they're more hitting it with like high pressured water. And so they'll give rats a concussion, and then they'll give half aniracetam, half not, and then they'll see if they remember the water maze. And so aniracetam rats do better in the water maze after traumatic brain injury. It basically helps them recover. They'll give rats anesthesia called scopolamine. Scopolamine, uh, what it actually still is used as an anesthetic, and it reduces acetylcholine. And so they'll give these mice or rats aniracetam after taking scopolamine, and they'll recover their memory better. So aniracetam is shown to help recovery from basically anesthesia as well as traumatic brain injury and stroke. They'll give mice strokes. I don't know how they do this, but they will, and mice recover better function after stroke when taking aniracetam either before, so it's like preventative, or after. And you can even take it, a week or two after a TBI. So, which is really interesting, which suggests that a TBI can be healed, weeks later. It doesn't need to be healed immediately. So that was really cool. So, Patre Morehug, I hope that's helpful to you. To buy aniracetam, I recommend searching buy aniracetam United States. It's available in the United States. I don't know if it's available overseas. It's hard to get. It's hard to find. If you become a Patreon patron of mine, so if you go to robertlove.net and scroll down to the very bottom and become a Patreon patron for just $3 a month, I share with you where I get my aniracetam there. Yeah, Break Free. Nootropics Depot used to have it. They don't right now. I love Nootropics Depot. Please go to Nootropics Depot and ask them why they don't sell aniracetam anymore. I like Nootropics Depot. They're great, but they don't sell it anymore, and they didn't tell me why they don't sell it. So La Henry 77 spelled aniracetam, A-N-I, aniracetam, R-A-C-E-T-A-M. I know it's a strange word, aniracetam. Babies born with low levels of vitamin D have 40% risk of getting schizophrenia later in life. That's interesting. Terminal velocity now. So babies born with low levels of vitamin D, does that mean from the mother? So Lopeman for Prez. Is that like vote for Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite? Lopeman for Prez. So how about the sauna? Sauna's great. So regular use of the sauna significantly reduces the risk of Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, and stroke. Sauna is great. You're welcome, Yamul Farej. Sonia, do you know anything about dystonia and supplements that can help that? I do not, but I will look. So I misspelled the word, and ChatGPT said, I don't know what you're talking about. So dystonia is a movement disorder characterized by involuntary muscle contractions. These muscle movements can be painful. Dystonia can affect any part of the body. It can be one area or multiple areas. Some forms of dystonia are genetic. Some are required from a brain injury. Some are from a side effect of medications. Boy, wouldn't that be terrible for it to be prescribed a medication and you get involuntary muscle movements. That would be rough. All these sound rough, whether from genetics or from a brain injury. Treatment of dystonia include Botox injections, physical therapy, and sometimes surgery. The goal of the treatment is to reduce symptoms and improve quality of life. Okay, so this really sounds like a neurological disorder, like between neurons. So this is interesting. So if you think of Parkinson's disease is you get tremors um, because of a lack of dopamine activity. So it's a neurotransmitter activity, and there's part of the brain that's maybe not making enough dopamine. So let's see about this. If I were to guess what supplements, if anyone wants to guess what'll be helpful, put that in the chat. Let's do a countdown. All right. So what supplements might be helpful for dystonia, which just using your intuition and using kind of what you know, what could be helpful for a movement disorder that can be caused after a brain injury or some medications. So this means there might be things that are damaged in the brain that are causing these different tremors or involuntary contractions. So take a guess. All right, so 10. Put in the chat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, my guess is things that increase dopamine might be helpful. It doesn't sound exactly like Parkinson's, but something like that. Lion's mane might be helpful to repair memory. Fish oil to repair memory. B complex to ensure a healthy brain. Zinc to protect the brain. Things. And acetylcholine, things that increase acetylcholine may also be helpful, like alpha GPC. That's my guess. Any other guesses? What do we got here? Magnesium, lion's mane. Good guesses. Very good guesses. B vitamins, yes. L-tyrosine, yes, exactly. Emotional support, yeah. I agree with all these ideas. These are good. Really, Sonia, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sorry, Break Free 69. That sounds rough. Okay, let's see what AI says. Supplements that might be helpful are number 1, magnesium. Good guesses, everyone. Magnesium is number 1. Magnesium is an essential mineral that is involved in muscle and nerve function. Some studies have suggested that magnesium supplementation may help reduce muscle spasms and cramps. Cool. Number 2, vitamin D. Vitamin D is important for bone health, immune function, and muscle health. Some studies have suggested that individuals with dystonia have low levels of vitamin D. Number 3, I did not see this coming. This is interesting. Number 3, none of us got this one, at least none that I saw. Number 3 is coenzyme Q10, CoQ10. Coenzyme Q10 is an antioxidant that is involved in energy production in cells. Some studies have suggested that coenzyme Q10 supplementation may help to reduce symptoms of dystonia, particularly individuals with inherited forms of the disorder. So CoQ10, high doses of CoQ10, like 1,000 milligrams a day, which is very, very high relative to what most supplements recommend 100 milligrams a day. This is 10 times that. Now, it's not dangerous high. It's just high compared to what's recommended on the bottle. So CoQ10 is really great in high doses, like 1,000 to 3,000 milligrams a day. Check with your medical doctor. And so for almost any disorder, I would guess high doses of CoQ10 are helpful because they're helpful for reducing or slowing down the degradation of Parkinson's disease at high doses and in helping with Alzheimer's disease at high doses. So it looks like it's doing some good to protect the mitochondria of the brain, and that's helpful for most diseases that involve the brain. And this includes emotional diseases like schizophrenia, like depression, like anxiety. If you check out the book by Chris Palmer, who is a psychiatrist from Harvard, he's been doing a lot of media appearances, like podcasts, talking about how your mitochondria your ability to use energy and your brain's ability to use energy affect how you feel, affect how you think. And so if your brain's not using energy effectively, you could get different symptoms. Some people will get depressed, some people get anxious, some people will get angry, some people won't show any symptoms at all, and some people might get schizophrenia if you take away energy from their brain. Isn't that interesting? And so he did a great interview on the Tim Ferriss podcast. I really recommend that. Chris Palmer. Let's see if I can get him on. That'd be fun. And so CoQ10 is helpful for the mitochondria, which means it might be helpful for almost anything that's related to the brain. So CoQ10. Lastly, number 4, fish oil, omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids have anti-inflammatory properties and are important for brain function. Some studies have suggested that omega-3 supplementation may help to reduce symptoms of dystonia. And so I'd want to confirm all of this, but all these make sense to me as far as what I understand about the brain. Magnesium makes sense. Vitamin D makes sense. CoQ10 makes tons of sense. And then healthy fats like omega 3s makes sense. All right. I'm sorry, La Henri. That sounds very difficult. Yes, Virginia, I did go to Arizona and now I'm back. So, Lopeman, it's called the Brain Fitness Podcast, and I'm going to try to do the interviews live here on TikTok and then repost them on YouTube, or edit them and have them post on YouTube. I've been taking your lion's mane. When will I notice the difference in how I feel? Annie, are you taking a full dose and are you taking it before bed? I'd recommend starting there. That's the best time that I notice the difference. All right, so I'm beginning to feel the fatigue now of a day of travel. So I'm going to sign off here in just a moment. Thank you, Terminal Velocity. Now, yeah, we get rid of a lot of toxins during a sauna. Fantastic, Kelly. You are going to love it. Yeah, if you want Alpha GPC, Nootropics Depot has a good copy. Virginia, are you in? Arizona? Someone found me in the airport, and so they got the free lion's mane. So today I was traveling, and I posted a short video saying, "Hey, if you find me in the airport while I'm traveling, I'll give you some free lion's mane." And then this great evolving lion, Caroline, found me, and then her daughter was on earlier tonight, and she said hi. Her daughter was actually on the phone with her mother when I met her, and her mother's like, "Oh, my daughter watches you too. Come say hi to her on the phone." So that was really fun. And so I think I'm gonna do more of that. I'm gonna go to this place. Come find me. It's really fun being recognized and it's really fun meeting you all and hearing how you're changing your life. People are eating sardines. They're taking lion's mane. They're getting better sleep. They're exercising more. I'm just loving all the wonderful things that you are doing. In fact, let's do this right now. If you have if you're doing something healthy that you want to share, that you want to get an applause for, please put something down in the chat. In Instagram, I want you to play too. There's only 10 of you out there, but I'd love for you to put something in the chat about what you're doing. So if you are getting better sleep, if you're eating healthier, if you stopped eating sugar, if you're exercising regularly, if you're doing something cool, please drop that in the chat. I'll give you a little bit of time to do that, but I'd love to celebrate you and hear about the wonderful things you're doing. So anything you're doing that's healthy that you want to share, please put that in there. I'll read them. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, let's see what we got here. You're welcome, Terminal Velocity now. Scoop just got Roar on day 2. Fantastic. So user 828, if you want to lose weight, I recommend working with Chad Tackett. You get your free hormonal profile. Just go to the link below my profile and then scroll down to free hormonal profile with Chad Tackett and fill out that info. That's the best thing. Hey, 200X Academy, I'm having trouble reading the chat because I got your comment 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So I appreciate you commenting. I really appreciate you participating. It's difficult for me to navigate a chat when I see the same comment 4 times back to back to back. It's just it's unwieldy for me. It just makes it difficult. Okay, emotional support egg. I've been embracing your 3 big ideas. The last one was hard but so beneficial. Awesome. Big roar to you. So who's seen that video? It's this is my longest video that I posted. It's called 3 Big Ideas That'll Change Your Life. Who's seen that? It's really my best stuff. It talks about the importance of honesty, the importance of working hard, 4 ways to improve your health. Those are diet, exercise, sleep, and relationships. Relationships really matter for your health. Who gets that? Relationships huge for your health. And it's a really, I think it's one of the best videos that I've done. And so I'm so glad that has helped you. Please share that with others. I really hope that video um, or that content stands the test of time and really helps people. On Instagram, Patsy Brown, exercise daily, walking 2.5 miles. Awesome. Yamal Farej, I cut sugar by 90%. That's awesome. You rock. You both rock. Big roar to both of you. Kelly, I'm taking ginger, turmeric, lemon daily. Awesome. Big roar to you. Fantastic. Terminal velocity now. I'm taking astaxanthin after research. Awesome. So those of you who don't know, astaxanthin is really good for eye health. Work for home, head facing north while sleeping. What does that do? Tell me more about that. Rainforest calf. Eating sardines with salad every day at work for 25 years. Feel good every day. Awesome. You rock. Local man for president. I take GABA to help with sleep. How's that going for you? What else we got? Virginia. I don't have time to type all the things I'm doing differently. Okay. We'll just assume you're doing a lot. Keep it up. So Annie, if you're taking them, take my Lion's Mane supplement 1 to 2 hours before bed. Take 2 pills and do that for 30 to 60 days. You will likely notice an improvement in your sleep. Some people notice it right away, like within the first week. Some people it takes longer. It might take a little bit longer for the supplement to build up. Also, please reduce alcohol consumption before bed and start going to bed at a regular bedtime. That'll like if it's 10 p.m. or well, clearly it's not 10 p.m. because it's 1:30 a.m. and you're still up. But go to sleep at a regular bedtime and see if it affects sleep. And then if you feel anxiety, try taking it before anxiety. See if that helps. Oh, thank you, Somali. I'm so glad you liked it. Thank you, 200X Academy. I appreciate it. Yeah, Annie, try taking them at night. Lion's mane does not lower testosterone or libido from what I've seen. And in fact, it'll increase testosterone by helping you sleep better. Okay, Maria, you noticed a difference. Fantastic. Oh, fun way. Fantastic. All right, so that's all in me for today. This has been awesome. You rock. Let me tell you about some free stuff that is available to you. So if you click the link below robertlove.net, robertlove.net, I'm going to share with you some free resources that I put together for you. All these are available at robertlove.net. So first, there's a docu-series that I'm a part of. I was interviewed for this. Sorry about the red light. I got to work on that. And so you can register for that for free. I think that's still going. Next is my Roar Lion's Mane supplement. And so if you don't know about this, I went to 33 different supplement companies. This is the best quality supplement at the best possible price that I could find. And I'm passing the savings on to you. And so this supplement is really high quality. It's third-party tested, which means an independent company has looked at it and verified it to verify quality and safety. It's GMP certified, which stands for Good Manufacturing Practices. That means the supplement manufacturing facility is at a very high level of quality, and it's got a money back guarantee. This is a 6-month money back guarantee, so you can order 6 bottles, or you can order 4 bottles and test them for 6 months. If you don't like it, I'm happy to give you a refund. The 2 refunds I've given so far, one person ordered too many, the other person was allergic to mushrooms. But if it does work for you, I'm happy to refund you. I just want to make sure that you know I believe in this product. I take this myself. I have my parents take it. I have family members take it. I give it to friends, and I give it. I offer it to you because I think this is really great. If you find a better lion's mane at a better price, I will pay you $100. That's how confident I am that this is the best lion's mane at the best price. This is at roarlionsmane.com, or it's a link below my profile. Next, someone asked about weight loss. I have 2 free weight loss resources for you. First is my free ebook, The Top 10 Weight Loss Supplements. Click that into your name and email, and I will email you uh, a book on weight loss supplements. And then you'll get an opportunity to get a free hormonal profile with Chad Tackett. Chad Tackett is one of the world's leading experts in sustainable weight loss. He's been doing this for 28 years. He's worked with over 10,000 people. Your hormones affect your weight loss. Who gets that? Who gets that your hormones affect how you hold on to fat and how you release fat and burn fat? And so you can get a free hormonal profile to understand how you can best burn fat. So that's available there. I'm just going to look at the comments here to see if I have any questions. Fantastic. So if you want to learn that, those are all available for free. The lion's mane does cost money. And right now we have a great deal. It's buy one, get 3 free. But the ebook and the hormonal profile, those are free. If you work with Chad, if you do coaching with Chad and his team, there is a cost to that. Okay, next are more free resources. So first is my Brain Fitness email newsletter. Who's got the newsletter? Who likes the newsletter? I work really hard on this. This comes out every day. It's got free information on how to improve your brain, healthy foods, healthy supplements, healthy spices, the value of exercise. I got new research in there. New stuff is coming out all the time. So the Brain Fitness email newsletter, check that out. Click that, subscribe for free. Next is my free report, my top 10 brain supplements. So we've been talking about brain supplements today. In this free report, I share with you what I buy, where I buy it, so you can get it for yourself, and what to look for in a great supplement. All that's available to you for free. Click that into your name and email, and I send you the free report. Next is my free masterclass, How to Prevent Alzheimer's Disease. This is a 45-minute masterclass that I recorded that has the cutting edge science on what you can do to reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. If you or someone you love has early stage Alzheimer's, you can still take action and do stuff to help slow down the progress. And this masterclass covers a lot of it. And then if you want to get a memory test after watching the masterclass, you can click to schedule a free memory test. And that's the first step in really taking action to reduce memory loss, is measuring your memory. So all of those are available for free. The free Brain Fitness newsletter, the free report, the top 10 supplements, and the free masterclass, How to Prevent Alzheimer's Disease. Next is the article in Newsweek. So I was interviewed by Newsweek about the benefits of exercise for the brain and how to prevent Alzheimer's disease. You can read that article there. How are you giving everything for free? Sarah's Beauty, thank you for asking. Because I sell a few things, and I want to give as much as I can for free. So I got free ebooks and free reports and a free newsletter and a free masterclass, but I also have a supplement that I sell. I have other physical products that I sell. So I want to put together information that's really valuable to you and give that for free, and hopefully that helps you. And then if you want to buy something, I have some really high quality stuff that I sell. So, for example, this TikTok Live is free, and I'm giving away, or I'm sharing a lot of information that I hope is helpful, that allows you to improve your health, improve your sleep, improve the quality of your relationships, help prevent Alzheimer's disease. I want you to have that. And then if you like the things that I share, and you attend for I don't know how many times, maybe you want to get the newsletter, and then you like the newsletter, and then maybe you want to get a supplement or get a couple supplements, or maybe you want to work with me privately. So giving away the free information is a way for me to show you, number one, I'm the real deal. Number two, that I want to help you. And number three, I really want you to have this information because I want you to use it to live a better life. I would rather have you use the free information and never buy something than to buy something and not get value from it. I sincerely want to help you. Like that's why I'm providing the free stuff. Does that make sense? Okay. So those are the free things that are available up there. Next, please follow me on at least one other platform, um, because TikTok is under threat from, you're welcome, Somali cooking, is under threat from the US federal government. So I want to make sure that we can stay in contact. So one way is the newsletter. If you sign up for the newsletter, I have your email address, and then I can email you if TikTok gets shut down. I'll say, hey, we're now doing on Instagram, we're just doing on YouTube, or whatever. And so please sign up for the newsletter. Please follow me on at least one other platform like Instagram. And also, you can send me a private message on Instagram. Demonio, I'm not ignoring you. I'm ignoring almost everybody. I'm going through the free sources that I have. No reason to be upset. It's not about you. It's the end of the live. I've been on here for since 11:30, so 2.5 hours almost. And I'm just telling people about the free resources. So I'm not ignoring you personally. It's that I'm not super responsive to the chat right now. Okay. So follow me at least one other resource or one other platform. I respond to personal messages on Instagram. So send me a personal message on Instagram. And the whole recording of the live is on YouTube. Next, if you or someone you love has long haul virus, you can attend a free masterclass with Dr. Linnell King. Dr. Linnell King is a very intelligent doctor from Johns Hopkins who I really like. And you can attend this masterclass for free. Click that at the bottom of it says the free resources. It says long haul virus free masterclass. You can register for there for free. Next, if you'd like to work with me directly, you can schedule a personal consultation, which I just did one today, and they're really fun. I really like them. It's a great chance to connect with you and give you the very best that I can for an hour, so we can work on your supplements, your diet, your exercise routine, the synergy of all of them. We can talk about risk factors that you're facing, so all kinds of things. So personal consultation, you register there. If you'd like a free FDA certified memory test. So how can I offer a free FDA certified memory test? Well, a lot of people who get the memory test end up wanting to work with me privately. So it's a great way to give something of value for free, that's really valuable, because we can test how sharp your memory is and whether or not it's good for someone relative to your age. So if you're 25, your memory is going to be better on average than someone who's 65. But so the memory test takes that into account. So that's really cool. So if you want to get a free FDA certified memory test, click there and apply for that. Next, we have some products for optimal health. Now, all these products are physical products. All of these do cost money. So the first product that I've mentioned before is my Roar Lion's Mane. This is the best lion's mane available on the market at the best price. If you can prove me wrong, I will pay you $100. So you can get that at roarlionsmane.com. Next is my favorite coffee replacement. This is a lion's mane coffee replacement. This is Omyum. This is just terrific. Listen to these ingredients. It's got, by the way, if you're taking Omyum, would you put something in the chat? I'd love for people to know your experience. I know a lot of you have gotten Omyum. So listen to these ingredients: organic cacao powder, organic lion's mane, organic reishi, organic chaga, organic cordyceps, L-theanine, organic ashwagandha, organic maca, organic Ceylon cinnamon, organic curcumin, pink Himalayan sea salt, stevia extract, black fruit pepper. Now, why the black fruit pepper? Why the black fruit? Why the black pepper? That increases the absorption of curcumin. This is designed by very smart people. Thank you, Bethy. Very smart people. I got to meet the owner. It's such a good product. This significantly improves my productivity because it reduces my daily anxiety. I have ADHD, and I get kind of tension anxiety in my body almost regardless between 3 and 6 p.m., usually around 4. And I love this so much. So Bethy says I drink it every morning. It's absolutely the best coffee replacement. I totally agree. I so love it. So you mix this with, so Demonio, how I like to do this, I like to add water and MCT oil and blend that. And then I might add just a little bit of stevia or monk fruit if you want to sweeten it up. But this tastes great on its own. I will also add this to morning coffee. I really like this in coffee. So it's a coffee replacement, but you can add this to coffee. I like the L-theanine in it. That helps reduce the jitters of coffee. So this is great in coffee or as a coffee replacement. I will also add this to my smoothie because I want the lion's mane in my smoothie. I will also add that to the very first kind of smoothie I drink in the morning, which is with Morning Man. Morning Man is the next product. They're the next sponsor. This is tremendous. Oh, first, let me tell you, I'm sorry, let me tell you how to get Omyum. So here's how to save money with Omyum. If you click the link, the first link of products for optimal health, click that, and then you subscribe. That changes the cost. This is $50 a month, which is like $1.50, $1.60 a day. So less than the cost of a Starbucks. When you subscribe, the price goes down to 40. Then when you subscribe, the price goes down to 34 bucks a month. That's like $1.10 a day. That's way less than the price of Starbucks. $1.10 a day, and it proves productivity. It gives me an extra hour at least, maybe an hour and a half of work for $1 a day or $1.10 a day. It's so worth it. And it comes with a money back guarantee. I talked with the company to confirm. Bethy says it's worth the price. I agree. And I arranged a special deal for you. So when you buy and subscribe and use my coupon code, which is LOVE15, you get this price locked in. You get that discount for life. Usually people get the discount once. I said, I want my people to get the discount forever. So give them the 50% off as long as they get it. So we got that. So I got that for you. So subscribe, stay subscribed for life. I'm subscribed for life. This stuff is awesome. This is just great. I like it so much. So try that out. Money back guarantee. If you don't love it, let them know. They will refund it. Seriously. And then I called the company and said, hey, I want to make sure that my people, if they don't love it, they can get their money back. Absolutely. No problem. Zero risk. It's awesome. So my favorite way to take this is this with Morning Man. Morning Man is my favorite green powder mix. It's so good. It's not just for men. It's for humans. It's for men. It's for women. The decaf is good for kids. So this is called Omyum, Omyum. It's below my profile. And it's available. It's just so go to robertlove.net and scroll down to products for optimal health. This is one that says Omyum Lion's Mane coffee replacement. Click that, and that'll get you set up. Yes, Love15. That's the discount code. Exactly. And so I take that in the morning with Morning Man greens. This is 50 different superfoods, or 47, excuse me. It's got adaptogens. It's got prebiotics. I'm not going to read them to you because it's got a crazy amount, but it's got spirulina. It's got organic alfalfa. It's got wheatgrass. It's got coffee bean extract. It's got so many superfoods in here. It's amazing. So Titus, I don't share where I buy my aniracetam on the live. If you want to learn, I share that with my Patreon patrons. You can be a patron for $3 a month, or you can search by aniracetam US and see what comes up. Yes, D88E Morning Man greens. So very, very good. Anyone taking Morning Man? I know a couple of you are. It's just delicious. So I crave the taste of this. It tastes so good. And I really like the decaf for kids. It's so good. 15% Somali cooking, 15. So I take this in the morning with this. This is a great combination. I got my dad on this. My dad asked me to make smoothies when I'm home. And I say, Dad, that's not sustainable. You taking a smoothie when I'm here, that doesn't help. I want you drinking a smoothie every morning. So we got him Morning Man. He adds this to his water every morning. He's good to go. It tastes so good. By the way, we did a taste test, Morning Man versus Athletic Greens. Who's heard of Athletic Greens? Right? The biggest green powder company in the world, I think. The taste test, this versus Athletic Greens, the score was incredible. The score was amazing. So out of 24 people, 22 preferred Morning Man, 2 preferred Athletic Greens. So approximately 10% of people prefer the taste of Athletic Greens. 90% of people prefer the taste of Morning Man. That's awesome. It's so good. It tastes so good. Your kids are going to love it. Like, so very, very good. So that's available. Again, click the link that says Morning Man at robertlove.net and then subscribe to save money. So this is expensive. This is just like Athletic Greens. This is $100 a month. I know that's expensive. I'm going to tell you how to get it for less. So $100 a month is the going price of this. When you subscribe, it goes down to 77. So make sure you subscribe. Even if you only want to try it, subscribe. That saves you money. By By the way, if you had a good live, please hit the like and subscribe. We're up to or please hit the like button. We're up to 6,000 likes. It's been a great live with you. So subscribe to save money and then use my coupon code LOVE15 that takes the price down to 63. That takes it down to $2 a day. $2 a day. $2 for a meal replacement. I mean, how much does a meal cost? Usually $5 to $10. This is $2. It's 50 different superfoods. Your kids are going to love it. It's amazing. So that's how to save the money. Subscribe, use my coupon code, and just like Omnium, you get this locked in. You get this price locked in for as long as you subscribe. I mean, subscribe for the rest of your life, for crying out loud, because $2 a meal for 50 different superfoods. How are you going to beat that? That's just killer. So check that out. Again, and then they got a crazy discount. So 65. If you use my coupon code and subscribe, is it 65, Dominio? Great. So what's that a day? So 65 divided by 30. That's $2.16 a day. So that's pretty good in a 30-day supply. Why did this get fuzzy? There we are. So Ascar T-Fex. There are 60 capsules in a bottle of raw lion's mane, and they are 30 servings. Okay, so that's that. And then there's the Harmony pendant. So I've recently been writing about this. EMFs. Thank you, Ash. I appreciate that. EMFs are electromagnetic frequencies. These are increasing in our world because, I mean, look at me. I have two phones right in front of me and a computer. There's a ton of EMFs around me. So the Harmony pendant is this device that helps reduce the negative impact of EMFs. You can check that out. Click the link and read the research and see if it sounds good to you. And then I have my very favorite coffee here. This is Via Guatemala. I really like the Mayan Warrior blend of Via Guatemala. And this is a boutique coffee. This is not a bargain coffee. So this is for people who really like coffee. And if you can afford to pay twice as much for coffee, this is for you. It's expensive for sure. And so ordinary coffee is the superfood's called Morning Man, Jammy, J4MMY. This coffee, so ordinary organic coffee is $20 a pound. This is $30 a pound. Plus you got to pay shipping. It's organic. It's from a small farm in Guatemala. It's mold free. The owner pays her employees higher than the average wage in the country. It's called Via Guatemala. It's in my profile. Go to robertlove.net and scroll down to the very bottom where it says the best coffee, and it's right there. And then you can save $5 on your coffee. And lastly, if you'd like to financially support the channel, you can become a Patreon patron for just $3 a month. And if you do that, I will share with you where I get my aniracetam. Aniracetam is a supplement. It's a pharmaceutical drug that's hard to find, that's very, very safe, and it helps improve memory, it improves mood, it reduces anxiety, and it can help with recovery after traumatic brain injury, after anesthesia. It helps increase memory, especially by increasing acetylcholine. It's awesome. So I really like that. Also helps with sleep deprivation. So if you don't sleep, I don't recommend doing this, but if you don't sleep for some reason or you don't sleep well, it can help bring you back to normal. So that's really great. So you can search by aniracetam and see what you can find, or you can become a Patreon patron for just $3 and I share with you where I get it. Okay, so those are all the free resources. Any questions on the free resources? I want to make sure at the minimum, everyone's on the newsletter. The newsletter is really, really great. I do my best to write valuable stuff, and that goes out every day. So I just want to make sure everyone's on the newsletter. That's a daily thing where you're getting really cool, valuable stuff from me. Does it help with brain fog? Aniracetam, it depends on what's causing the brain fog. If your brain fog is from lack of sleep, you really need to sleep. If it's from lack of sodium or magnesium, you need those things. But aniracetam can help with brain fog by increasing acetylcholine. Mama for Earth. I love you too, A188. Okay, I don't see any questions about the resources. Okay, fantastic. Well, this has been a lovely live. I've missed you. It's been about 5 days because we had the weekend, then I didn't go live Monday, Tuesday because I was traveling. And now here we are. And so it's so great to be here with you. If you had a good time, um, please share what you learned in the comments. And then please hit the like button. That just helps let people know that you had a good time. And then I will be back tomorrow, probably closer to 10 p.m. rather than 11. So I'll do my very best. Um, I'll do my best to be here earlier. I was traveling today, so I was a little bit late. And I just love spending this time with you. It's really inspiring for me. It's fun for me. It's mentally challenging for me. I'm playing both entertainer and guide and as well as educator. And so this is I just love being here with you. So thank you so much. And oh wow, look at all these likes. We're up to 9.6 thousand likes. That's great. Okay. Awesome, Tinkerbell. So please, where are all the free resources? So go to robertlove.net and then all the free resources are located there. Start with the newsletter and then you can get all of them. You can get the free report, you can get the free ebook, you get the free hormonal profile, you get all the free stuff. You can get the free masterclass, all kinds of great stuff for you. All available at robertlove.net. Awesome, Tinkerbell. I'm so glad you had a great time. Thank you for being here. Yes, thank you, Patsy Brown. There's a link below my profile as well. Somali Cooking, so good to have you. Can you do two lives instead of one in the morning? I'm not going to go live in the morning. I could go live in the mid afternoon, but the morning I don't want to go live. That's when I want to get my hardest stuff done. It's easy for me to go live because I like it so much. I don't want to do it in the morning. I want to like do the painful stuff in the morning. Can I send an email on lights I'm going live? That's interesting. So I'm going live. I go live most weekday nights. Bacopa versus lion's mane, they do different things. It depends on what you're trying to do. I Lesky Ristov, I wish there were an easier way for me to communicate with you that I'm going live. Email's not the best because I have to write the emails like a week in advance. And so I can't do, I'm going live in 10 minutes via email. At least I don't know how to do that right now. You are so welcome, Marcia. I understand Somali cooking. Yeah, I'm going to try to come on earlier. I'm going to try to start doing something in the day. It's difficult though because I'm trying to get as much work done during the day, and so I need to make more time to do this during the day. Howdy, partner. That is such a big question. I do not have the time, or I do not have the mental energy to go through that right now. That's a really good question. They do both improve memory, but they do it in different ways, and it depends on what you're looking to do. All right. Good night, Instagram. I love you. I will see you tomorrow. Ah! Need a new selfie stick now. Oh, sorry, TikTok. I just lost you there. Sleep well. Thank you. Good night, y'all. I love you. Good night, YouTube. I'm sorry about I don't know why this is so like cloudy. I don't know what the deal is with that. Sorry about that. Oh, I lost your comments. Andy. Nancy or the Lions Mane. Awesome. All right. Good night. I will see you mañana.